good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Friday! I've got all kinds of animals here. Hello, happy Friday! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today I'm doing something a little different for the first time. Some of you may not know this yet, and for some of you it might be kind of obvious. I am, for the first time, multi-streaming. So we're also live on YouTube. I want to say hello, Echoes, Fargos, and Matt. Good morning or afternoon or evening. I'm going to try and keep an eye on the YouTube chat over here. If I do get a little behind on it, I apologize, because I'm brand new to this, and it's going to start out with great intentions, and it's going to get a little messy. I have two cats and a dog that want to play with the cat toy. Hi. The first time that the kittens saw Moose yawn and they got a good look at his teeth, they both like panicked when they were little babies. Hi. They're past that now. I brought a cat toy to my desk so that I can try to lure them away from my cables, because I did get some cable management stuff to try to protect my power strip, but it doesn't come until next week. Oh, okay. Good morning, YouTube gang, Twitch gang, fancy new era, maybe. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. Hi, Moosey. We got the whole gang here. We'll see if it works, and if it's worthwhile for everybody involved. But I have it set up now, so that's something. You stealing focus? Today, I am going to be playing WoW. I'm not just going to be playing with the cats, as tempting as that is. I am going to be farming rares in Zul'Aman specifically, because there are 8 mounts that can come from Midnight Rares. I have 7 of them. We got the 7th one yesterday, so I need 1 more. It's the Witherbark Pango. Hi, Moosey Bear. It's a cat toy. I don't know what you want. It's not... I mean, it looks like a stick. That's what you want. But, like, I don't think that this can do anything for you, my friend. I was out in the yard with him this morning, and I decided to do some weeding because I was up a little bit early, and I wanted to just get outside for a bit. And the entire time, Moose is standing over my shoulder, like, looking into the garden bed, like, oh, what are you doing? What's that? You getting anything good? He's very intrigued. Highly interested. Why is the dog more interested in the toy? I wonder what happened to Tuna. We got 2 cats. We got 2 cats here and a dog. Tuna's laying down on the floor, dangerously close to the wheels. We're gonna have to try to not move. Working on the eagle from ZA right now. Very nice, very nice. Morning, Hazel and gang. Hope everyone's morning is great. Hope you're lucky. Get them out. Oh, thank you very much. I can make bad jokes in 2 chats now. There you go. Oh, man. I don't have any kind of... I'm going to try to just read things out clearly when I do respond to a message, because you might not be able to find it in the chat that you're looking at, because it might be from the other chat. I'm just going to try to enunciate. Let's go to Zul'Aman. Let's go. Moose and Tiki are both playing with the toy. Let's go to Zul'Aman. Normally I like to start stream in my house, but we did that on the intro. I have a new intro. I just premiered it today. It's kind of a house tour. It's not as, like, dynamic. I feel like the old one with all the walking had a little bit more novelty to look at with the different pets being summoned, and I didn't do that with this one. I just kind of walked around the house. And also, the house isn't finished, so I guess I could update it one day if I ever further design it. What do you think of this? What do you think of Echo of Oncharon? I just got this yesterday. It was such unbelievable lucky timing. I can't believe that I finished getting the Sky Shards on the same day that I got the last mount from Herondar, so I don't have to worry about, like, needing to go back for Sky Shards anymore. I'd have to catch the VOD to see the first half that I missed. Which mount did you get? It would have been the Rootstocker Grimlinks, I think. That was the one. It was the second one that I needed from Herondar. So I'm free from Herondar. Pretty happy about that. So we go to Silverway, we fly, and then we're gonna farm. Now that I'm down to just 1 zone, I have a fear that I'm gonna run out of characters to run before I run out of rares to kill. And there's a couple things I could do about that. I could level more characters. I could try and see what farming is like just on, like, an 81. Or... Nope, those are the 2 options that I have. Gratz Mist had to leave yesterday. Oh, thanks, Kitty Rotten. Here, let's revel in the new map for a second. We have spent weeks trying to get it. We just got it. Let's enjoy it for a second. Little Rootstocker Grimlings. YouTube's 3. Look at that. That's nice. That's a nice kitty. Moose is, like, laying down like I've got a toy for him. I don't have anything for you, my friend. Hi. Your toys are in the other room. You've got big squeaky noisy toys. He has a rubber chicken, and whenever I step on it, it just sounds so distressed. Missed a lot yesterday. Congratulations. It was a busy day. Got the Amani Sharp Talon today. Slowly closing in 6 of 8. And grats. Nice. Do it on 80s. Is it not too bad? I've been scared to do it on 80s. I've been afraid. Hi. I've been fearful for my life and sanity. But if it's not too bad, then maybe I should just be brave. I have no shortage of 80s. I have... not hundreds of them, but I feel like I gotta have like 20 or 30 of those. So like, those won't run out for sure. Is it like, do you get any like good XP for it? Is there any meaningful amount of leveling going on? I don't know. I need to tilt the camera down so you guys can see the dramas playing out over here. That's a cutie. Congratulations. I have no problem on hunters. Okay. Good to know. I do have many hunters. I have plenty. I have more hunters than I have anything else. That might work. Oh, guys, excuse me. Tiki's stepping on my keyboard. Make sure we don't turn anything off. Tuna, do you want to come say hi? Nope. You're out of here. You work on that. Live on YouTube? It's been years? How come? I've been streaming on Twitch. I have been streaming on Twitch in the meantime. I had kind of way back when I had been kind of testing out both platforms to see, sorry, camera's over here, to see what was going to work for me. And I've been on Twitch ever since, but it wasn't that long ago that they changed the rules to allow for multi-streaming, so you can stream to both at the same time. And I'm test driving that today. This is the pilot, the maiden voyage. This is the pilot test. I am finding out if my internet is good enough for this, because I'm doing it natively and not via like a restreamer. I did get a new one yesterday. I got the Rootstalker Grimlinks from Herondar, so I'm completely finished with Herondar. I need just one more from Zul'Aman. I'm gonna do a lap before I start like actually camping anything. Hello, Hazel. Glad to see you're still grinding. Kind of stopped getting content from you since I stopped playing WoW after Dragonflight. Looking fancy in the pink hair. Very cool. Thank you very much. I haven't made as much content, if we're honest. I have been streaming. My YouTube has kind of tapered off a little bit. I want to work on that. I want to find an angle that, or like a format or something that feels kind of more fresh and exciting, I guess. Something that's something a little different. I'm not burned out, but we've been doing this for like 13 years. I've been on YouTube for 13 years. I could maybe stand to shake it up a little bit. I think the closest you are to 80, the scaling is kinder, so maybe 80s over 81s. One more mount, one more! Man. Yeah, I'm interested to see how multi-streaming goes. I'm not that nervous. I had some thought that it might be tricky to moderate 2 chats simultaneously, but if we're being honest, you guys are generally, and I'm jinxing it, but you guys are generally very well behaved. People are nice here. People are friendly. People don't usually need a lot of complex moderation. So I'm hoping that I can just handle it. We'll see. If it's a huge problem, then we'll look into that. Time to become evil. You're ready for your villain arc. Where are all my rares? You know what I might do? I might just go back and pop on. I was having some success rare hunting in war mode. It is Friday. I wonder if people have the day off or something. Just gonna start insulting all of y'all. What are we doing after this mount drops? Oh man. Celebrating. Reveling. Basking in the joy of having gotten 8 fairly rare drop mounts from Midnight Rares. I think my next plan after enjoying the moment, etc., is probably going to be Voidstorm fishing for the fishing mount. I'm very curious to see how that one treats me, because I've heard people say they were fishing for like 30 hours. Oh, hey, my rear's up. And got nothing. And then I've heard people say it was just like 1 or 2 hours and that it's been kind of adjusted and it responds to perception now, stuff like that. So I want to look at that and find out if it's nice. Time to cause problems. Love your hair color. Thank you very much. Got that one while leveling. Nice. Voidstorm fishing should be cake now. That's what I'm hoping. Well, I don't know. If it's too easy, it might be kind of boring. I can't be running out of things to do. Making me want to get back into WoW again. It's been 2 years. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I have been enjoying the game a lot. I do find that my friend group kind of comes and goes on it. They all come back and we play whenever there's new content, but we don't farm it throughout the whole patch anymore. Right now, all of my friends are playing Pal World. I was playing Pal World last night. That's the new fun thing, but I can always find something to do on WoW. What are you kitties doing? I dropped the toy and they're both trying to figure out how to play with the wand toy without me involved. One cat has the wand and the other one's got the other end of it. Netherdrake is gorgeous. Is it nice? I haven't looked at it. This one is kind of pleasantly surprising me. I had really put off the Mysterious Sky Shard mount. I had not really been working on it. I had just been sort of passively getting Mysterious... Oh yeah, that's right. I was going to go turn on War Mode. Oh, no, never mind. If I can just catch the thread of the rare spawning, then that'll work. Yeah, I had been just passively getting Sky Shards while farming Herondar rares. And then I realized that they're not that rare. Aside from the Voidstorm fishing, the other thing I could work on is the Vile Essence farm, which I've heard sucks. Everyone speaking to me about that has told me that it sucks. But I feel like a lot of things suck when I haven't started them yet. I feel like it'll maybe be a little bit more manageable when I actually, like, if I actually, like, sit down and commit to it and put some time into it. Because this farm supposedly sucks. And maybe I've just been getting, like, fairy, sprinkle, dust, blessed, lucky. I think I have been getting fairly lucky. I haven't been tracking attempts. I don't know how many attempts it's taken me to get any of these mounts because I have not been running rarity or anything. I've just been gaming in the moment. Kill rare until it spits out mount. Over 600 mounts, but still use the same 2 while collecting more. Do I need help? I mean, I still feel like you're better off than people that just, like, buy thousands of Steam games and then only play League. I think it's an established phenomenon. Collecting is its own activity that is sometimes independent of making use of the things that you've collected. You can go talk to a coin collector and ask them if they ever spend them. Save yourself from the Vile Essence farm. Might be better now that people have more gear. I feel like I'm gonna do it eventually, because I genuinely like the mount. The Hexed Vile Feather Eagle is, like, a sick mount. I can't look at it right now. I need to actually do this rare. This is only rare. I am on my main. I have some gear on this character, but I can still die if I'm not paying attention. I should not be just digging through my mount journals. One moment. Stopped in Shadowlands. It's been odd coming back. I betcha dragon riding is a huge, like, culture shock if you stopped playing before Dragonflight and came back now, because it's so, like, I take it for granted, but it's hard to, I guess, remember how big of a change that was. Oh my, a new mount. Dual streaming, is this a permanent thing? I don't know. I'm trying it out. I'm gonna find out what it's like and see if it works and see if people like it. I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna stop not doing things because I'm afraid of what's gonna happen, especially when the consequences are minor and not important. What we used to call fast flying now feels so slow. Aren't that rare? You need 500 of them. You need 1,000 of them. Unless, well, I guess we're talking about different things. The Sky Shards is 500 does take a few minutes. The Essences I feel like are even rarer than the Sky Shards, and you need 1,000 of them. I think this guy can probably drop me a few of them. This is probably why I have any at all, is because I kill Diamondback whenever I'm coming through here. Everything different. Honestly, I had to turn it off for a bit. The dragon riding was too much for a change. Yeah. I was petrified when they first added dragon riding in Dragonflight, like on beta, that it was gonna ruin WoW for me. I was, like, researching career changes because I thought it was gonna make me so motion sick that I could not play, because in the Dragonflight beta, it made me hideously nauseous. And over time, they added some more, like, motion sickness features to kind of, like, steady the camera and remove, like, the motion blur. And also, something about the frame rate on beta and PTR tends to give me issues. And whenever it hits live, it doesn't. It's weird. But, you know, happy ending, because I can skyride just fine. Yeah, I'm dual streaming to YouTube. I technically have the capacity. I guess I don't know if I have the internet capacity, but I have the technology to also put a vertical stream out to, like, YouTube and, like, TikTok or Instagram or something. I think that would be weird. I don't know who that's for. I feel like we can keep it in one aspect ratio. Hey, look, a fishy. Two chats I might be able to manage, especially if they're, like, moderate to quiet. More than that might be a bit much. How's YouTube Live going? So far, so good, I think. TikTok chat is unhinged. Oh, They did quite a few things to mitigate motion sickness. There's a few options in the accessibility settings that make it more manageable. The ones that I like, so accessibility mounts. So there's things that I'm not even using. There's landscape darkening and a focal circle, which if you turn it on, I'll show you what it looks like. It kind of like does this. I don't know if that makes it better for me, to be honest with you. It must make it better for somebody. Just kind of like dims out your background. I'm going to turn that off expeditiously. There is also... So I turn off skywriting, screen effects, and speed effects. I hate those. Can't handle them. That's the main thing that I do, is I just turn those things off. The thing that makes your camera like whoosh. I can't handle the whooshing. Hi, Hazel. Hi, Scarlett. How you doing today? Happy Friday. How are things? Profession changes were also a lot to wrap my head around. Like this dimness, I'll turn that on. Yeah. Profession changes mainly also hit in Dragonflight. It's a lot. I kind of like them though. I feel like having the friction makes opportunities for people to actually like make gold, because when there's no barrier to entry to crafting things with professions like in a way that's effective, nothing's profitable because it's so easy to do it and there's no barrier to entry. You've got so much competition, you've got so much supply that it effectively becomes completely useless. It's not worth doing to try to make gold because there's too many people doing it. Like putting all this friction and all this grind and like these barriers into professions makes it so that you can kind of distinguish yourself by sticking with it through all of that and then be one of a handful of people that actually like optimized it properly and perfectly with like the right stats and everything. And then you like, especially early in an expansion when things are both valuable and also maybe not everybody has gotten to their niche yet in their spec tree, you can actually make like massive amounts of gold if you've done it correctly and if you've like gamed it properly. And I think having it not be free is kind of a good thing, even if that's a bit of a hot take. However, I didn't do any of it this expansion because I just couldn't be bothered. So that gold is left for people that have more mojo than me. Floto Emeroso, thank you very much for the 6-month resub. Happy year. Good morning, Hazel. Every morning that you stream is a gift to me since I'm stuck at work and my itch for WoW is sustained through you. Well, I'm glad to have you with me. Good early morning / noon, Hazel and the peeps. Good morning or afternoon, Milligram. Don't like the whooshing sound effects from Drakthir Flight, otherwise it would be the best thing ever. Here for the grind and the friction. Reminds me, whenever my concentration grows back, I need to have a look at... I'm 1 profession point off of being captain enchanting just skill points. I'm 99 out of 100. And I got the mats to make something, and then I made it, and it didn't give me the skill points. So I want to do it on a weapon enchant, but I want to wait until I have the concentration to at least make it gold. It's still not going to be profitable, but it'll save me like a couple thousand gold. And I don't know why I'm being so cheap about it. I have like enough gold. I'm sure I have like a couple 100k gold somewhere. I haven't been super saving up gold, but just doing the rare farm makes you some. Getting a new keyboard tomorrow with plans to get an MMO mouse. Ho ho ho. Have you tried an MMO mouse before? I feel like I remember you trying some peripheral or talking about it. Maybe you didn't do it. I might be mixing it up. That's exciting. Haven't bothered to relearn profession since they revamped it in Dragonflight. Seems complicated as heck. Yeah, it does have a few layers to it. The thing that I did not bother with this expansion was the fused vitality that you get from abundance to make the epic profession tools. I looked at that farm, especially early on when you had to like run the thing 8 times a week and like farm your shards and whatever. And I just said, nope, not doing it. No, thank you. Blue profession gear is going to be good enough for me. I will be not doing that. Thank you very much. Hello, Hazel and chat. Hello, Dr. Bazinga. How you doing? Fused vitality is so awful. Now it doesn't seem so bad, but that's because I've bought everything that I wanted to. I got all my cosmetics. Also, if I wanted to go do abundance, I could, and once I have my shards here, I could just like do all 8 of them in 3 minutes and then have done with it. That was a great change. Abundance runs for vitality don't seem worth it. Much better now that you can do it all in one run. You don't need to spend each shard of Dun individually anymore. I've got kittens under my chair, but they're not unplugging my stream yet. For any folks that haven't caught us lately, I have 2 kittens. They're kind of 4 or 5-ish months old. And their favorite pastime lately, especially in the morning when I first start my stream, is to go press all the buttons and turn everything off. They'll like turn my camera off. They'll sit on the audio mixer and disconnect my microphone. They'll turn the power strip off that completely takes the whole stream offline. And I'm gonna cable manage and also parent a little bit. But they're kittens, that's what they do. That's their job. Dr. Bazinga SC, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch sub. I really appreciate it. Holy smokes. Have big hands. Don't know if it's going to be worth getting an MMO mouse. Girl, I too have decently large hands. Although I can't recommend you my mouse because they don't make them anymore. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be all right. Best bet with professions, just farming reagents. Easy money as people rush to level up. Yeah, it's not bad. I love grinding, like farming fish and herbs and stuff to sell. It's not as profitable as like really incisive crafting is. Flabby when he wants to make gold can absolutely print it, because he knows kind of like, I don't know, he knows how to get his finger on the pulse of like what the markets are gonna do and how to make the things that are actually like super profitable. And the kind of gold that you can make farming herbs is like pennies to that kind of gold flow. But I am so risk averse. I know that you kind of have to spend gold to make gold sometimes, and I hate doing it. I would much rather spend no gold and a bunch of time and make a little bit of gold that I for sure get to keep with no risk than buy a bunch of mats and craft some stuff that I could maybe cut a loss on if I like mess up. I do not like the responsibility that comes with having invested some gold in some stuff to craft. So I've just been making raw gold this expansion. I've been taking it easy. The mount that I'm riding is one of the new mounts. I got 2 new mounts yesterday. I got a new ground mount from Herondar, which I would ride around except it doesn't fly. So it can't take me where I need to go. And I also I finished Equiventuron. Selling just the cloth you get from mobs has been good. That you only get if you have tailoring, right? I feel like they killed cloth drops if you're not a tailor, which would, I think, be pretty good for cloth prices. Are you worried that the buttons will break or anything? Like on my stream equipment? Yeah, I think they discontinued the G600. I'm sad about it. I'm still using mine. I love it very much. I have backups in different brands. I have a Corsair and a Red Dragon mouse kicking around somewhere, but I'm just hoping that I can use this one forever. My irrational hope is that my perpetually cold hands are a buff in this case of trying to make a mouse last super long, because I'm not putting extra thermal stress on the electronics. I don't think that's the thing. I just made that up. Had to send in a bunch of files to turn profit, and I hated it. Oh, on the mouse. Yeah, they'll break eventually. They always do. There's only so many button presses you can press a button before it decides that it's had enough of this and it's out of here. I'm pretty gentle with it, though. This one has lasted me a long time. I have worn the plastic off of the button covers. Like, I've worn where it, like, says, like, G9 through 12 or whatever. 17, 18 numbers. I can't tell very well because I've worn the coating off of them with my thumb. Yeah, I'm gonna have to switch to a different one. There are other companies that make, like, 12-button side grid mice, so I'll just deal. But I will complain about it. I will whine and stomp my little feet and throw a little fit because I'm a giant baby. Use the Razor Naga has lasted me many expansions. I am happy it works for you. You might be the first person I've met that I'm sure there are people out there that make Nagas last. They hated me. When I used to use Razor Naga, would wear through one every like 12 and a half months like clockwork. It was spooky. It was like as soon as it's out of warranty, boom goes the mouse. I'm not even rough on this stuff. They're also too small for my hands, though. And they kind of want, like, a lot of money for them. The G600s used to be affordable. Once upon a time. Have you tried the Mad Cats MMO? I have not. Hi, Aster. How you doing? A little treasure mine that it was too good. Lasted too long. People didn't need to replace them often enough. Yeah, I guess. I was shilling them to everybody. I didn't even get paid for that. I don't even work for Logitech. I didn't even have a partnership. I was just shilling them for free. It was a great mouse. I had like an Amazon link at one point. That was about it. 3, 4 rares. Which one do I want to go cam? Murloc? Murloc. Not sure why they stopped making them. They must have their reasons. Yeah, I'm questioning my manly hand size if the mouse is too small for you. I also have large hands. I have nothing for scale. I have nothing appropriate for scale. I have pretty decently large hands. I'm a tall woman. I'm 5'10". I am spindly, I am lanky, I am long. I got big long fingers. Unfortunately, I don't like play piano or do anything cool with them. I just play mediocre World of Warcraft. I feel like I'm gonna go back to pressing my keyboard numbers. My best advice to adjusting to an MMO mouse for the first time is don't bind all the buttons at once and then expect to use them. Just bind either the top left one, where your thumb naturally sits at first, or like the top 3. Just bind the top 3 buttons that are closest to the mouse buttons, and just use those for a little bit. And then when you feel really good and comfy with those, then add the row underneath it. Don't bind everything at once, because if you've never used one before, it is going to be hell trying to accurately hit like G16 or something like that. It's never going to happen. You gotta take it slow. You'll get there, but it takes a minute. Philip Fingal, thank you very much for the 6-month sub in advance. Holy smokes, appreciate it very much. It's true. Nothing except for the G600 has the ring finger button. I used to use it. I used to use it in, I had it bound in Adobe Premiere of all things. I used to use that for my, who's pressing my lights? Oh, my camera. Hang on. One moment. Stand by. Tuna, could you plug that back in, please? Oh, no, that's not Tuna. Tuna's underneath my chair. Who did that? What? There we go. And there we go. Oh, I'm getting so good I can fix that with my toes. Bye, Hazel's a ghost. Tiki and Tuna are under my chair. That actually kind of was a ghost. I don't know. Neither one of you did that. Tuna's having a blast, though. For the world rares for mounts, is there any diminishing returns? Holiday level, first kill bonus luck? Nope. Farming as many else as possible. You get 1 chance per character per day. There's no bad luck protection. There's no DR. There's nothing. You're going to have the same chance on the first alt as you do on the 50th. So as many alts as you can make it through, really. The drop rate's not great. So there you can get unlucky and you can be like an outlier and you can have just a hideous time and just be here for a very long time. I'm trying not to set any expectations for when I finish this farm because I don't know. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be in January. There's no way to say. It's probably not gonna be in January. I'm too stubborn for that. Goes for $240 new on Amazon. The G600. It's probably just because they're out of production and there's some gamers that like them a lot that are hoarding them like the sponges on Seinfeld. Have a mouse with a 12-button pad too. Can only use the first 2 columns. Can't reach the back 2 columns comfortably with my thumb. I definitely don't put buttons that I'm going to use all the time on the bottom ones because that's a pretty big retraction for the thumb. Like that would be kind of crampy if you were going to use it all the time. I have Mass Dispel, Vampiric Embrace, and then I guess Fort on those keys. Things that I use maybe once every couple minutes, not super often. It's these ones, the top 2 rows that are more frequently used things. Oh, I was gonna say I guess I'm gonna set up and fish until this Murloc spawns, but he just spawned. Look at that. 1 man, please. Hit me up. Give it here. How rude. Gaze to keyboard keybinds, MMO mouses won't fit for me. I don't even stretch my fingers to the number row of my keyboard. Is that sad? Maybe it's because I'm so used to having an MMO mouse. I literally on my keyboard, this bar on the left, that's QERT, FG, ZXV, and then I have Shift FG, Shift Z. That's it. That's all I'm doing on my keyboard. I don't even reach up to the 1 through 6 because A, those are kind of bound to my G600, but also, I don't know. I don't want to pick my hand up that far. It seems far to me. I know people use those keys. They must. Depends on what I'm doing. The red dragon has a little shelf for your thumb to rest on, and I love that feature considering the thumb has to be hitting those MMO buttons. Don't reach the numbers for fighting because I'm a screen clicker. Depends on what I'm doing. Yeah. Three more rares I want to do. When I get onto my Harrenir Hunter, I'm gonna have to res her or like revive her because I was playing her at the end of yesterday's stream, and then I kind of like went AFK when I turned off stream without logging out, and I got killed. I got myself killed. I can press up to an 8. I used to, way back when, use like gamer keypads, kind of like the Tartarus, but I used an Orb Weaver, and before that I had a G13. And for those kinds of devices, the actual key that it corresponds to doesn't really matter. It's going to just piggyback off of like a key. So I always bound them to F keys because I wasn't using F keys anyway. But people would just see the keybinds on my screen and they wouldn't know that I was using a device like that. And they were being like, how on earth are you hitting Shift F9? What kind of messed up spider fingers do you have? No. Use up to 5 and 6, don't need all the numbers. Yeah. I guess I could hit him. Love my Red Dragon MMO mouse. Also really like the keyboard I bought at the end of the last year. Super silent, very pricey. Has some hiccups every now and then. Might just be because it's gotten dirty with 2 cats. Alright, honesty time. How often do y'all clean your keyboards? Like, take the keys off of it, kind of clean it, not just like a little can of air, like... Because I, in theory, would do it every 6 months, and that would probably be like a little bit not as much as it needs because I have cats that walk on my desk. In practice, I only do it when it starts to really freak me out, and I don't know how long that is, and it's probably an embarrassing amount of time. Once a year, typically when the keycaps need a bath, take the keys off. What madness is this? Just the keycaps. If it's like a mechanical keyboard, you just pop the keycaps off so that you can kind of get to the board underneath it. Mine tends to accrue like a web of dog hair and other pet hair and like dust and stuff. That needs to be pulled out of it. The good thing about it being a web of dog hair is that, excuse me, man, every time that they freeze my camera, every time they do that, kids, children, oh, watch out, Tuna. This is my problem child. Every time they do that, I realize that it's like left me on a screen cap that's kind of unflattering, and I'm like, do I look like that all the time? Oh my gosh. Yeah, the good thing about it being a web of pet hair is that it all kind of pulls out at once. Guys, if you keep doing that, I'm going to have to boot you from the room. You're gonna have to go wait outside until you calm down. Go bug dad for a bit. Do you have a really good USB-C air blower? You gotta save the gamer seasoning for fancy meals. I started to have a hard time reassembling my keyboard correctly because my fingers had worn the letters off the keycaps. I've had my keyboard for a long time. It's also Logitech, and they've also discontinued it because that's their favorite thing to do, is discontinue my favorite things. And yeah, my WASD in particular are kind of like amorphous blobs now, so... Normally, if I'm going to take my keycaps off, I will take a photo before I do that so that I can reassemble it, and you have to kind of squint at the amorphous blob to figure out which one it is. I guess it doesn't matter. I guess as long as the key is literally the same shape, it probably doesn't matter if you can't read the darn thing anyway. Tuna, that is not a good place to play. Here. Spring. Get the spring. Oh. I tried to throw it out of the room, I missed. There you go. I just don't want them turning off the stream today because I'm running 2 streams and it's going to be more complicated than I can handle to turn them back on if the cats bring me offline. Do you have Valiance in old Nax? Can take a little while. Nice green color. I don't think that I do. I don't think that I have that one. I think I missed it. I was starting to farm old Nax for transmog. back before Midnight came out, I think. But then Midnight came out and I kind of got distracted and I never came back to it. Old keyboard has the worn out WASD keys. This was the keyboard I spilled my alcohol on. This one I once replaced because I thought I killed it because I spilled something on it. And I decommissioned it and I got a new one and I was using the new one for a while. And then eventually I tried this one again. And it turned out that after like 6 months to like finish drying, it was fine. I've never had an issue with it. I've definitely killed keyboards by spilling stuff on them. Although not in the last couple of years because now I use sealed like straw top water bottles and stuff. And I don't really... I was going to say I don't really do open drinks at my desk, but that's not true. I do cups of tea. That's probably what happened to all of my keyboards is I backhanded a cup of tea onto it. Hey, buckaroos, trying out YouTube Live today. I am. I sure am. Astutely noted. Cat jail. Thankfully, a slightly less aggressive version of cat jail than the previous one they had to inhabit. The poor babies had ringworm, and I had to confine them to a bathroom. Thankfully, a large one with a walk-in closet, so they did have a little bit of space. But a bathroom that I could easily, like, bleach and steam mop and stuff while we were dealing with the ringworm. And that was just, like, the month from hell. But they're good now, thank goodness. Yeah, I drink coffee with a straw, although with the cats around, that's starting to become a little bit hazardous. Love your hair. Thank you very much. I need to put more color into it. It's almost blonde, and that's not what I want to be. I need it to be pink. It's faded pretty good. It was funny when I dyed it. I was kind of reading about like how to keep your dye color vivid, and it was like, okay, so use a color shift shampoo, and you're gonna wash it in like cold water, and you're definitely gonna rinse it in cold water, and then I went and continued taking like hot water showers with my same bargain bin shampoo and conditioner that I have been doing, and of course it was gonna fade anyway, but like. I read all of the things, and I did none of them because your girl likes a hot shower. About to go get my third cup of coffee. Still have a dedicated drawer for my keyboard. It's an old desk. Oh, I used to have a desk like that. Not the usual open concept modern gamer setup. I used to break the drawer on the bottom of a desk that I had that had a keyboard drawer because I would always be like kicking my knees up to like sit on my feet or sit in weird ways, and I would bump the drawer, and I eventually just like busted the hinges of it because it was like a cheap Staples desk, and I was just sitting too weirdly to make it work. Have you know that I'm cleaning my keyboard now? Yeah, it needs doing. Oh, that's fun. It's absorbed a piece of broken silicone from my fidget toy. I have to pull that out eventually. I suppose that's fine. At least the cats aren't eating it. Yep, definitely needs doing. It's not as gross as it used to be, though, because I do not eat at my desk anymore. And if I do, it's like fruit out of a bowl and not like... My problem with crumbs is that I like toast. I eat toast. If I'm eating bread, it's always toasted. And when you eat toast and you bite into it, it goes... And if you do that at your desk, you are going to get some of it in your keyboard, and that was kind of a thing. But I don't eat here anymore. I eat elsewhere in my house. So my keyboard has lots of pet hair in it. It has a fair amount of just generic dust and I'm sure gross skin cells. And a thriving, microorganism community dedicated to breaking all that down. But it does not have toast crumbs. Or like, oh, mic popping? Hang on. How is it now? Test 1, test 2, test 1, test 2. Rhinoceroses, hippopotamuses. Excellent. What was happening when you're moving the keyboard? Yeah, I had a couple cables on my desk that were messing with the mixer. Some stuff got rejiggled. I need to do some serious cable management, and I don't think I'm a grown-up enough to do it. I'm just like not organized enough. I'm gonna try, and it's gonna go bad, and then I'm just gonna cry all over the cables. I'm just gonna be like tangled up in cables like a sitcom with just tears and snot on them. I have so much garbage to plug in is my problem. It's not just like keyboard and mouse. I've got a video mixer, I've got an audio mixer, I've got a stream deck, I've got a Bluetooth transmitter. I've got 2 cameras, I've got 3 monitors, I've got lights. It's fighting for its life out here. I set up my husband's desk when we moved, and his is so easy. He has like a keyboard and a mouse and 2 monitors. And I'm kind of jealous, except that I use all the stuff, so it's fine. Did my management when I moved in. Can't be bothered to move my desk. Do everything again. I'm gonna have to tear mine apart and work on it because I bought a cable management kit that came with a couple of boxes that will fit my power strips in them so that my cats can stop stepping on them. And it also has a bunch of other cable management supplies, so I'm gonna have to try and do it properly. Maybe I'll make a video. Ready to close it from the pops. I will. Please continue to let me know if that ever happens. I'm gonna try and get it sorted out. Did they change the Shaw of Anger mount drop? Chance just got it to drop? Oh, congratulations! I'm not sure. Looking for something else to watch. Make sure it wasn't on my end. No, hopefully we're all good. It occasionally happens when one of the kittens sits on my audio mixer, but I'm gonna try and keep it in good shape. Open concept is a double-edged sword. Super easy to get behind and manage, but you see everything. My desk has like a trough kind of at the back of it. It's got a little hinge that opens and then a big space for you to run cables, which is lovely. The problem with having like really thoroughly managed cables though, is that if you need to go in and remove something, add something, or even just like unplug and replug something into power cycle it, and you have everything like neatly bundled together and then routed through like the depths of hell behind your desk, as cute as it looks in a picture, it's so annoying trying to get anything in or out of that. Even if it's like not a permanent thing, it's not like zip ties, maybe you have like one of the ones that you can kind of like pry open to pull cables out of, they're still going to be all kind of like run together. I was genuinely considering making little labels, like little tape labels, and then labeling what each of the cables is for on the plug end of it, so that I can kind of like crawl to the back of my PC, and if I want to unplug something and plug it back in, I can see labeled, this is the mouse, this is the keyboard, this is the microphone, etc. Yeah, exactly. I want crazy added labels in the plugs. That's kind of what I want to do, but my problem is that if I add little flags to my cables, I feel like that's just taunting the cats. Like that's just making them more fun. It's not like a server tower where you don't want them. Today's been such a long day. Open the Y. Done that before, color coded. I have some labels like that for my camera power cables because I had a very expensive mistake I once made where after I moved, I connected my camera to the wrong power supply and I assumed because the plug fit, it was the right one. And it was not the right one, and I absolutely cooked my camera's power. Something. I got it repaired because it was an expensive camera. And even though it was kind of expensive to get it fixed, it was such a spendy camera. I couldn't just like eat that loss. But I have taken precautions to never do that again because that was probably the most expensive cable plug-in I've ever done. If you cut a straw in 2 pieces, you can label with a permanent marker, cut it lengthwise, put it on your cables. Cut straw. Horse straw? Can't be horse straw. If you're unplugging, plugging in peripherals a lot, you need some flexibility, yeah. 2-inch pieces. Drinking straw. Plastic drinking straw. You guys still have plastic drinking straws? I haven't seen a plastic drinking straw since like 2005. Oh, man. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. They must sell them somewhere. I haven't seen one, though. Places give out, like, cardboard ones that don't work. I just keep metal ones. If I buy, like a lassi, if I'm getting Indian food or something, I just stick a metal straw in it because I'm not using the cardboard one. But yeah, I just have reusable metal straws. That's how I navigate my straw needs. I'm looking to get on my next character. We've got more alts to run. You can buy them on Amazon, even get colored ones. Duly noted. I definitely need to put labels on stuff though, because I've got a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna this poor hunter just dead. Hop on my next one. Labeling the plug-in, genius. Feel stupid not having thought of it. Think even my dad does it. I mean, it sounds like a massive pain in the butt. Sounds like a huge pain in the butt. Although, you know what I have? I have a label maker somewhere. I actually have a label maker. I could literally type up a little labels. It would just be a matter of like maybe using some clear packing tape or something to actually like laminate them onto the cable. Love my label maker. I have labeled so few things in my life that it's kind of ridiculous that I bought a label maker, but every time that I have used it, it's been so satisfying that I think it's worthwhile. I have like clear kitchen things and I label those. And the funny thing is I know what they all are. I know which one is salt and sugar and cornstarch and flour. I don't remotely need the labels, but I guess if like my mom ever wants to cook in my kitchen or something, maybe it'll be useful for her. Oh, sounded like a back in my day statement. Back in the 1800s when I'm from. Label maker. Did that with my spice jars. I did that too, and then I eventually got rid of my entire spice rack of spice jars because they were infuriating. Every time that you went to take the lid off to like scoop spice out with a spoon, because I don't know about you, but if I'm cooking with like ginger or cinnamon or something, I'm not going like a salt shaker. Like I'm measuring spoonfuls of it. Every time the lid of this thing would keep like a half a teaspoon of spice that it would just spray everywhere. No matter how well you would put it on, it like leaked under the lid. And it would have been fine if you only ever sprinkled, but like the spoons wouldn't fit. You had to open the lid. It was just a mess. So I gave up on those, and I now have like a bin. And in my bin, I just keep like the original like plastic bags where the spices came in. And I just fold them over with little clips. I just kind of go through it like a little messy filing cabinet. Because I'm only using maybe like 12 different like spices on a regular basis. Like it's some, but it's not tons. And I have like big bags for the ones that I use in bulk, like cumin. Get square jars, they never roll. Some spices aren't good for shaking. None of my spices are good for shaking. Everything is measured with a spoon. I never want like just a hint of marjoram. Like it's whatever it is. You got to do it properly. I can't abide bland food. Back when you were on the Oregon Trail dodging snake bites and dysentery. That was me. Definitely. Bashed my head against a metal one. Personally can't be trusted. Oh. Sometimes forget people play WoW for the game and not the lore. A friend of mine was talking about Illidan and he was so far off that I lost brain cells. Yeah. I feel that your friend is my people. Don't ask me questions about Illidan. I will be worse. Boss keeps the label maker at her office now because someone, me, was having too much fun with it. Oh, you know you're living right when you've had your label maker confiscated. Do you know the Battle Pet Sleepy Mandrake in Nagtal? And if so, do we gotta collect all them shrooms? Hang on. The Battle Pet Sleepy Mandrake. Let me figure this out. I don't have it. I have the Grumpy Mandrake from the Trading Post. I don't have the Sleepy Mandrake. So I guess the second part of the question is moot, because I don't know. I didn't do it. All 5 mushrooms. You got to get 5 different mushrooms. Okay, that's the word on the street. Hard to remember. Warcraft 3 came out like 20 plus years ago. Might not have had the same pull for people. There's been retcons. Yeah, lore gets kind of big. It's not terribly my thing. That's okay. It's not my thing in any game. I don't think that WoW should take it personally. There are very few games that can get me to learn what's going on, and even then, only like incidentally through like a little bit of dialogue here and there for like background stories. I'm never gonna know what like the overarching plot is. I like games that don't really have an overarching plot where you're just kind of like a person in a world. That's my favorite thing about Stardew is there's not like... I mean, I guess Stardew has like the corporation moving to town. You've got Jojo moving in, and you've got like the conflict between them and Pierre's store, but I don't know if I would call that like an overarching plot. It's just kind of like a piece of gossip in a small town. Big lore nerd when it comes to WoW. Nice. Next expansion, we may see him again. For sure they're going to break him out eventually, because he's such a popular character. He's got such recognition. I feel like all of like the really big, famous original characters are kind of like a break glass in case of boredom box for Blizzard, where they can kind of bring these people back whenever they really need to kind of get some investment back in. The only one they kind of can't do is like Arthas, because he's dead, and then I guess Varian. because he's been disenchanted. He'll come out of retirement for Titans. Although we've done alternate timelines, so who knows what the rules are. I'm sure we can do whatever we want. Illidan and Jaina, my top 2 WoW characters when it comes to the lore. Same with Garrosh. Me before doing anything. You are not prepared. Hazel, do you play any Zelda or nah? And if so, which ones are your favorites? When I was a kid, I had a GameCube. My sister and I had a GameCube, and I had Wind Waker. And that was like my formative Zelda game. I loved it very much. I played the daylights out of it. I never beat it, notably. I never ever actually beat it. I always made it to the point where I was trying to go up a really tall tower, and then I kind of like stopped playing every single time, and I would just start fresh. I never actually got to the end of it. But that was my favorite one. I tried a few times after that to get into different Zelda games. I played a little bit of Skyward Sword on the Wii. I played a little bit of Breath of the Wild on the Switch. But I am kind of fundamentally incompatible with puzzle games. I'm just bad at puzzles, and I don't find them fun. They just make me feel dumb. So I end up having to look up the answers, and then at that point, what are we doing? What's this for? What's the point? Not really my format of game. But I did have lots of great times sailing my boat around in Skyward Sword. Or not Skyward Sword, is it Wind Waker. You like Zelda? If you like Zelda, try Twilight Princess, best edition in my opinion. The 2 things that Zelda has really working against it for me, first of all, it's a very puzzle-based game, and second of all, you don't get to create your character at all. I have the worst time trying to get into games where you're playing like a pre-made character that already has a role in the story. I don't really want to be like Link or Samus or Geralt or whatever. Like, I just want to make a character and be me. I don't like... because I never engage in story anyways, so it's kind of irrelevant to me. It's like, why am I a tiny elf? Why won't you let me give myself a cute ponytail? I want to do the worm. Twilight Princess is my all-time favorite game. Very tedious part where you have to dredge Triforce parts, yeah. Wind Waker was so hard when I was playing it. I look up answers too. I had, like, when I was a kid, I had printed out a walkthrough from, like, GameFAQs. And had, like, kind of surreptitiously printed this out. Because this was at a time where printer, ink, and paper were kind of, like, premium resources in my house. You kind of had to get permission to print your homework. And the GameFAQ printout was, like, a lot of pages. And I didn't think that they would let me do it. So I just kind of, like, did it and then hid it. I had, like, a contraband GameFAQs printout that I was referring to try to get me through Zelda, and I still didn't beat it. Oh, dear. Sailing in Wind Waker was so good, I wish there was more to explore. That was always my kind of formative game in terms of, like, just open world exploring different islands. And I remember when WoW announced BFA and like island expeditions and stuff, I really thought it was going to be, oopsies. I really thought it was going to be the WoW version of Wind Waker, where I was going to be able to get on my boat and like just go to all sorts of different islands that had like a little different thing that's like special about them. And that's not what that is. That's not how that works. Good morning, Hazel. Love your shirt. Good morning, Eleanor. I wanted to do an Arthas film with Henry Cavill as Arthas. I bet Henry Cavill would also like that. Normally I can do this. I probably missed a kick. I was probably too invested in talking. Give me a sec. You gotta kick the decroding spittle, which I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, you're gonna make me look up the word decroding? Yes, they are. I didn't wait out my health potion. That was potentially a mistake. Supposedly there's a range where it will only spit puddles. Maybe if I sit in this range until I get my impending victory back. Yeah. And like my cooldowns. If I can just chill for another 30 seconds. Take that cast. I don't know if this is a good idea or a dumb one. I mean, I'm not taking any damage. I'll get CDs back in like 5 seconds. I want to check chat, but I can't. I can't. There's the kick. There's cooldowns. Impending victory. You make a little bit of your health back as a Fury Warrior. Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. Rallying Cry. I normally can do that one. I don't know what happened to me. Weird. I got 3 minutes left in my health potion and I've got 1% health. I think I'm doomed. No. This rare sucks. I swear I used to be able to do it on this warrior. I guess I'm just gonna not try. I guess I'm just gonna take my 60 seconds of res sickness and leave him alone. Like Henry, but he's way too old to play Arthas now. I feel like someone young enough to play Arthas isn't gonna look block-like enough to play Arthas. I feel like a WoW human model, I'm imagining it, and he just kind of looks like he's made of Lego. If you don't have traps like loaves of bread, what are we doing? Twilight Princess, all-time favorite game. Big favorite for people. Am I wearing my weapons? Why does my damage suck now? What happened? Oh, I have res sickness still. I forgot. They shortened res sickness so it doesn't last as long now, and I kind of foolishly thought that means that I didn't matter, and I've pulled a rare before it ran off. Okay, now I should do some damage. It's been so long since that happened to me. What the heck is going on? Yeah, I don't see WoW doing another big budget movie. They apparently weren't happy enough with how the Warcraft movie went. And I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be rebooting it in a hurry. Is Fury better than ARMS? No idea. Not a clue. It's more fun, I think, in AoE. It was one of the stronger Mythic Plus DPS specs in Season 2. Not like top of the line, but it was up there. It was doing fine. I'm gonna have to learn both at some point because I kind of want to play it in raids next season. I normally main a Holy Priest, but I was talking about taking a Warrior season. They might stick to novels and novellas. Yeah, a little cheaper to put out, a little less risky. Alright. I gotta give myself Battle Shout again. Final Fantasy XIV is my lore game. I wonder what game I know the most lore about. It might be Stardew Valley. I might know the most Stardew Valley like trivia from having played it a bunch. Although I've started skipping cutscenes in that game too. Prefer something animated over live action. Yeah. A lot of times when people ask for an animated WoW movie, they want basically the quality of an expansion launch cinematic, and they want it to be like, you know, 2 hours long. And I think the problem is that the expansion launch cinematics look fantastic, but that's because they put like massive amounts of money and work into making and rendering and animating them. And I don't think that's realistic or reasonable to do for a full-length movie. I think it would cost like infinite money. And take infinite amounts of time. By the time you finish doing it, no one would care about the story anymore. Yeah, 2 to 4 mil for that one clip, right? So like, I don't think it would be feasible as a movie. I think that they could do an animated movie, but it just wouldn't look like the cinematics that people kind of have in mind when some people want that. Watch all the cutscenes get stitched together on YouTube, and it's sort of like a big movie. Yeah. finally played DH this season, loved it, and Blizz was like, no. We'll probably re-roll to Rogue, so I would say, take the Warrior season. Yeah. The funny thing is, I'm planning on switching off healer just because my guild has kind of a lot of healers, and I want to give some other people like a turn, and I don't, it's not super fun healing when like everything's being overhealed because you have too many healers. And what's going to happen is I'm going to get this warrior all set up, and then all of the healers are going to like evaporate, and then it's going to be, there's not going to be enough of them, and I'm going to be like, well, I shouldn't have done that. Happens every single time. Clockwork. I'd recommend WoW lore, but it's spread across so many mediums, and enjoying anything current is like a humiliation ritual from the community. Something like Arcane or Edge Runners. Yeah. I think whatever they do, it's going to have to be without me. I'm not the right market for that. I don't really engage with the story, or... Honestly, I'm not even really engaging with like fictional video anymore. I'm not even really watching movies or TV shows that are scripted. So I think that whatever it is going to miss me. It could be the best thing ever, and I think I would skip it. I don't have the processing capacity right now. We're gonna go look for Murloc. I've been getting the rares killed a lot faster this time. I feel like I'm onto something. I am gonna have to rest my poor hunter. I'm curious to see how it feels. We're only an hour into stream. I have 2 hours of stream left. I'm curious to see how it feels to try doing these rares on like a level 80 hunter. I guess as long as I'm living, I don't need to kill them super fast or anything like that. Certain people kind of killing the industry. We get Marvel and Disney, and yeah. I'm sure there's like original creative stuff being made. It's just sometimes hard to find like the more like interesting grassroots media being made when the only thing that you really have to... Whoa! I'm not gonna be a jerk about this. I'm not gonna start a war. I'm gonna leave that one alone. Maybe if you have a bunch of over-leveled gear with the War Within Season 3, maxed out Reshi Wraps. Maybe. I don't have that on my alts, though. The characters that I had that had those things are leveled already. Those are my 90s. Or my 90. I didn't really gear up too many characters in the War Within. I kind of like the Disney Warcraft, not gonna lie. I like the zones and the aesthetic and the new races and whatnot that they've been doing. I've been very much enjoying the atmosphere of WoW, which is the main thing that I enjoy. I don't think it's too Disney, but I'm not really listening when any of the characters talk, so I think I'm missing the worst of it. Would kill for a WoW set of cards for Magic the Gathering. I don't know if you speak it, the universe might hear you. I feel like Magic will collab with anything. I don't play, but I've heard that it's a ripe ground for crossovers. Fertile land. They will for sure. WoW MTG will cost thousands. Do you guys remember the WoW TCG? Like the actual game that you could play? I complain about this like clockwork every like 3 years, but I was so into it all by myself, and I had nobody to play with, and I would buy starter decks for my friends to try to get them to play with me, and they would maybe humor me for one game because they all played Magic. Like they didn't want to play some like other TCG, and I'm like, no, I swear it's good. It's really cool, look. Rip. I a little embarrassed in hindsight when I think about like buying cards and sleeves, carefully sleeving them, thinking this for sure is a good idea. I don't even have them anymore. I didn't even keep them. I could have retroactively saved myself some 2011 money. Husband loved it. That's how he actually got into WoW. Any luck? Nope. So there's one rare that I didn't do. I'll go park the character by them. I don't think I'm going to sit and camp it out because I saw it die. It died quite recently. I might be waiting a while if I wait for that one to pop. Just found out that I am the youngest player in my guild. I'm 23. I mean, in a WoW space, that's pretty baby. That's pretty young. I'm sure there are some young people, like teenagers, playing WoW, but they must be the hipsters of their friend groups. This is... I love WoW. I don't feel like it's for the youth anymore. When I think of, like, the WoW demographic, I am thinking solidly 30s to 50s. Is who I'm thinking of. And the baby here said to me, I miss 2011 money. I used to go a little farther, although didn't make as much of it, so kind of evens out. Wait till it goes Xbox. All I got from the card game was a robotic exploding chicken pet. I mean, that's pretty sweet. That's pretty cool. 26, been playing a lot of my life. Had someone in my guild who's 20. She's been playing with them apparently since 14. At 29, usually the baby in WoW spaces, which is so funny. I am gonna turn 34 at the end of the summer, and I'm the baby in my guild. And I figure as long as I mean, there might be someone younger. I know that one of my guildies is like my exact age. We have birthdays like 2 days apart. Anyway, I am going to take a short break, and then when I come back, I'm either going to kill this rare or I'm going to get on another character and keep going. See if we get lucky. BRB. Okay, I am back. Someone stole my chair. I don't know if you could see. I'm gonna do this rare like this. Also, it spawned faster than I thought it was going to. 2010 feels like an eternity ago. Dude, I graduated high school in 2010. Barely. Alright, there we go. I'm just gonna leave this character here. Was it Tiki? Yeah. Here, let me angle this down just a smidge. You see? Oh, now there's both of them. Here's one. There's another one. Babies, this is my chair. Tiki's ready to like settle down and be calm. And Tuna is actively choosing violence. Hi. Hi. I don't know how to do this. When it was one cat, I could kind of pancake her up and plop her on my lap, and I don't know how to do 2 cats. What are you gonna do? 1 with each hand? Hi. Cats! Hi, babies. I'm so sorry. Hi. How are you? Oh, see you later. Best kind of. Think I'm the oldest person in my guild, but not that much. Yeah. I feel like our demographics have leveled out a bit. Alright. Up we get a little bit. Time for another character. This one is done. It's weird, I don't have to. Before I used to kind of finish. Also, I think we're still a little low. At least until I start slouching. I used to finish my round and then I would vendor my blues and I would put my mysterious sky shards away. I don't need them anymore. I can delete it. You can chuck it back where it came from. You're getting so big. I know. You're turning into cats. Big, healthy, fluffy cats. Love when you're double fisting the kitties. They're not like real thrilled about it. They're getting a little too big to pick up with one hand. How often do you shrimp? I'm not gonna lie to you, oh, you mean like in my chair. I thought you were talking. I have pet shrimp in my office, but I don't have like a lot of them at this point. I have 2, and they've been hanging out. They're roommates. I'm not in a big hurry to get more. I'm gonna just kind of let the tank mature. Greetings all, what a time to come in. I thought you were talking about my pet shrimp. Shrimping in the chair. I don't shrimp in the chair anymore. I can't do it. It's bad for my knees, and I've reached the age where I cannot be rough on my knees anymore. They are a joint. They're not a ball joint. They're a joint that goes and you really should not be torquing it and twisting them, and you will regret it if you do, kind of thing. I learned that one in yoga. There's a lot of joints that can take a decent amount of stress, especially if you like stretch and build up some strength and you work on them, and knees are not one of them. Age, feeling personally attacked. I'm not saying I'm ancient, but I am definitely not 20 or 22 or 25 or anymore. I am feeling more motivated to take care of my body because I want it to continue to work, ideally. I don't want it to become a torture chamber for me. I would love for it to feel at least okay as I get older, and I think part of that is going to be exercising and doing some strength and maintaining some mobility. Take care of your knees, hips, everything bendy. Yeah. Should do a little bit more yoga. I was doing some weeding yoga this morning. 33 physical crisis. It's just a good time to be aware that you are getting older because you're going to continue to get older. It's not going to get better if it's kind of an age where, hang on, I'm so confused. One of my guilties is whispering me and I'm having an aneurysm. Kind of an age where the consequences of your lifestyle start to kind of catch up with you. When I was like 22, I could just kind of like eat frozen food and not exercise and like sit weird and never see the light of day, and it would just kind of roll right off me. And now if I don't eat right or like get some exercise or stretch regularly, I start to feel it really hitting me in the body, and I don't want things like back pain. Glad my aunt is an OT, not only because she can help our grandmother, but at least one person in the family has any kind of a healthcare background. Need to work daily stretches into my routine. Hip flexibility sucks, definitely feeling it. My hips get so tight when I've been sitting in the chair gaming, or if I get stuck in my car driving, I'll get out and I'll just be like waddling because my hips get super tight. But yoga has taught me some good stretches for, it's mostly my outer hips that suck. My inner hips are fine. Doing like figure 4 squats and stuff to try and work on it. Even though I'm 23, when my birthday is approaching, I kind of get anxiety about getting older. Don't know why. I used to feel that way too. I still do, but I used to too. Kahi's alive. Hi, Greg. How you doing? Yeah, yoga A+. It's not like a perfect exercise or anything, but when the bar is doing nothing, it's awesome. It's really good. It's good for me because it has a mix of like mobility, but also like some body weight strength in it. Depending on what kind of yoga you're doing and how often you're practicing, you might be doing some like planking, and you might be doing some core work. You might be doing some things where you're trying to like support your body and lift yourself with your upper body. And when your upper body is made out of, you know, gum and paper clips, you don't need a whole lot of work to actually make a difference to your joints and stuff. You just pulled a Mitch Hedberg joke? I don't know who that is. Whenever somebody name drops like an actual name that I don't know, I'm always terrified because I have no concept of who the person I'm talking about is or what the background is, and I feel like I'm one word away from just putting my foot in something. Where are my hunter pets? I'm so confused. I am on a hunter, am I? Yeah, I am. I'm on a hunter. I'm in Pango plating. That's part of my problem. I don't have any hunter pets out. That's another part of my problem. I've been struggling out here. A lot of joys about getting older, too. I'm hoping so. After reaching 38, I realized that once you hit 30, you subconsciously make noises when getting up. Aged lovely. I think that some of the consequences of age are inevitable, and I think some of them are lifestyle-based, and that they're the result of your lifestyle kind of catching up with you over time. And it's very normal as people get older and as they settle into maybe more sedentary jobs and they get busy with like kids and work and life and stuff to not be as active as they were in their youth. And I think that if you're not careful, that can sneak up on you very quickly. And it can feel inevitable, and I feel like sometimes it's preventable, even if it's not reasonable to prevent it in your life. I don't know. I don't do that much. I do yoga twice a week, which sounds great, except I do it Sunday night and Monday morning, so it may as well be once a week. I really need to do something on Wednesdays. Garmin says my real age is 39 and a half. How quickly we forget. Looking forward to 30s. 30s are awesome. I've been much happier and better settled in my 30s than I was in my 20s. And I was happier in my 20s than I was in my teens. It's so far been uphill. I'm sure at some point we're going to turn a corner, but for now we're doing fine. Left my 30s. 36, starting to get little gray hairs. Excited for 40s. I've heard people say 40s are great. I'm going to hold them to that. Those are coming down the mountain eventually. 30s are like your 20s, but with money. Is that true? It's true, and this is going to sound stupid, but it's true if you have money. If you don't have money, then your 30s are like your 20s, but with back pain. The other choices that kind of catch up with you are like financial choices, like whether or not you have been saving, whether or not you've been able to get yourself into a job that can afford your life, like whether or not you've been keeping your lifestyle from creeping away from you. Some things are gonna, and it's not like a disaster if you have issues or problems or if things catch up with you, but as you get older, the difference in like your life is gonna kind of shake out a little bit, depending on, like, money's another factor along with health. Dad died at 37. I've been grateful for every year past that. Had strands of silver hair and white hair, facial hair in excess at my young 33 age. I started graying at 14. I just have the genes to have like a handful of gray hairs, and I've been getting more of them. But you can't tell now because it's pink. You can make it pink, and you can, fool father age for another year at least. What's your favorite class to do open world content with? It used to be Hunter, and that's why I have so many of them. It might be Fury Warrior now. I like a Fury Warrior for open content. You've got nice self-heals, you've got Spell Reflect, you've got great mobility, you've got awesome AoE. Fury's fun. Barely pink, it's more peach. I need to put more pink in it. I just don't know when I'm going to get around to it. It takes kind of all day. Don't mind is my hair turning white or gray. I kind of want to see what it's like because I don't want to destroy my hair with bleach. Could always Photoshop it on yourself too. Only 30. More than half my hair is gray. Kind of like the look. Can rock it. If you're mostly playing games, doing some light outdoor activities, imagine your life will stay much the same well into your 50s. Might do. Love Ret Pal for solo world content. They got some good self-heals. Mageaholic. The ports are for the lazies like me. Excited to go gray. My Graham had the prettiest silver hair. I had it in big patches. My gray hair was super uneven. I had a lot of it on the top of my head and a lot of it in my bangs. And it would come out in kind of like streaks. I sort of thought that it would evenly pepper itself throughout my head. And I found it was not doing that at all. It was like very uneven. Oh, hi. Hi, Mr. Tuna. Mage portals are a hack for sure. Always like rogue for solo. Vanish is nice. I feel like if I had gotten used to playing open world content with stealth, I wouldn't be able to go back. Like, just being able to sneak by things. Especially in a zone like Nagtalar Val. I know they do have some of the people with, like, the eyeball. But that can find you. But in a zone like that... Tuna, that's my keyboard, my love. He's resting his head on my keyboard, and it's so cute, but he's gonna be pressing buttons. Hi, baby. Sleepy kitties. It's not a good pillow. I need to get you like a little pillow so that you can have a little cat bed up here. Hazel, did you follow the Curse Forge add-on contest? I was able to score 7th with my add-on fitter. Oh, nice! I didn't follow that. That's awesome, though. That sounds super cool. Congratulations. Thank you for reminding me to play my new mage. Any rares? We're just about halfway through stream. I'm on my third 90. I don't really have more 90s after this, so I might have to start trying it on some lower level characters. It's either that or I get back onto my Hair-Near Druid that I'm leveling in Time Walking and I start leveling him in Time Walking. Crunching through some dungeons to try to get him caught up. Drakthir, themed after Viridian Netherdrake Mount, leveling an Outland. Ooh, that's cool. I love the idea of thinking of a mount first and then making an alt to go along with it. It's like imagining a mount that you like so much. You simply have to make the perfect alt to ride it. Hey, still got the Sleepy Mandrake pet. Kind of easy. Oh, good. Yeah, you were talking about that not too many minutes ago, so that must be okay. Do you just go loot 5 different mushrooms at, like, coordinates, given coordinates in Nagtal? Do you wish weather effects were more prominent, like a heavy rainstorm? I feel like sometimes they are. Sometimes there is pretty good rain. I don't want it to be so impactful that it, like, changes what you can do. I don't want it to ruin visibility to the point that I can't see where I'm going, I guess. I feel like there's enough weather to be atmospheric. It's always raining out here. We need good thunderstorms in the game. Are there not? I know that there's, sometimes you get thunder in, like, zones like Netherstorm and stuff. I guess I just kind of always assumed that stuff was in. It's fair. Get weather in real life sometimes. Tuna's trying to make a bed on my notepad. Is that comfy? He's got a notebook, a legal pad, and like a little stack of sticky notes. He's trying to arrange it into a bed. Hi, bunny. I know the lap is kind of occupied. Here, I'm just waiting for my bear to spawn anyway. Quick kitty cuddle. Quick tuna cuddle. Although I feel bad, my hands are kind of cold. How you doing? I've got Tiki on my lap. Nice little guy. You can tell he's getting tired because he's getting floppy. He's not like off and away. How are you? You good? What if you sit on top of the PC? You like that spot. It's nice and warm. I feel bad. My hands are freezing. Okay. Well, if they're not spawning, I might be out here for a long time. I might be out here for a while before I need to use another character. Cute fur babies. They're sweet. I want to get wall-mounted shelves, like cat shelves, and I want to mount them along the background so that you can kind of see the cats, like, I don't know, walk by on the wall. But I don't really want to encourage them to get on top of that aquarium. So I don't know if I want to bring them that far. And also, I've kind of got like a lot of WoW posters and stuff. I don't know. I'll have to think this through. I'm also kind of clinically not handy. I aspire to be handy, and I have no common sense for it at all. It's really sad. It's really embarrassing. I get like emotional instantly every time anything goes a little bit wrong, which is instantly because I don't know how to do anything. 6 of 8 here, still farming. Nice. May the luck be with you. You know what I miss? Fish cam. I still have the webcam. I just put it away because I wasn't using it too much and I was tripping over it. Lettuce is still back there. I've got a red betta fish named Lettuce. You can see her. There she is. There she goes. She's doing pretty good. The plants in her tank are doing okay. They're not really going crazy. The plants in my other tank are doing much better. I need to do a bit of aquarium maintenance. I'm not very organized about my time. Barb is shockingly still with us. Barb may outlive us all. Every time I think we're going to lose Barb, who is a fish that I keep in my community aquarium in a different room. She's a cherry barb and she's the last of her school. Every time I think we're going to lose Barb, she just shows up again. She's looking real thick. She's been really stuffing her gut with food for much bigger fish than her. You could have called her Tomato because it's red. I could have. She's immortal. Kind of like that suction cup, suction them on the window. Yeah. I feel like the cats would like the window beds. I also feel like they would like, there's a type of cat bed you can buy online that is on a little arm that clamps onto the edge of a desk. So if you have a cat that like loves to lay on your desk, but you kind of don't have room for it, you can give them like a little elevated perch. You can have it like right here kind of. And I've thought about doing that. Maybe I should just suck it up and do it. It might be cute for stream, especially if I can have her in the shot. Or have him, one of the boys. One of the boys snoozing in the shot. Hi, Tiki. You're so cute. All my cats are addicted to the window hammocks. Do they ever pull them down off the window? I'm kind of afraid that it's going to dump them. I'm a little bit afraid that they're going to get dunked. I guess if I can't find my rare, I might go turn war mode off and then try again. Heavens, though. These plants are so beautiful. Aw. My larger aquarium has nicer plants. The Ludwigia, and it's doing very well. I do need to refertilize it, though. I got some root tabs, and I got some liquid ferts to add, and I've been trying to remember to do it. That's the tank that has a real light. The lights on these two tanks kind of suck. Maybe that's why the plants aren't going very, very hard. I thought I was going to have a big aquarium phase, but I got back into it kind of at exactly the same time as the kittens came into my life, and then I got kind of distracted by the cats. I have room for 1.5 obsessions at a time. 4 thick suction cups. You're not going to have a farm if you get the last one out. We'd have to find something different. We'll have to move on to a different category. I was telling chat I was gonna do Void Storm fishing, I think. That's my plan. Oh, hey. 1 mount, please. Maybe we'll get it right now. It could happen. I've bought all kinds of things like that for my cats over the years. They have persistently ignored them, wind up sleeping on my bed or the clothes hammer. It's probably because it smells like you. They love you. And they want to snuggle on stuff that smells like you. Maybe what I gotta do is I gotta get the clamp bed, right? And then instead of setting it up right away, I take the bed part and I take that with me to bed every night and I snuggle with it like a plushie for like a week straight until it smells like me. And then I set it up and then maybe they'll want to sleep on it. I think the trick for getting cats to sleep on cat perches is to make sure it's a good view. Like looking out a window, kind of surveying a room in like a good spot where they get a good view, making sure it smells good or like something that they like. And then making sure it's not a place that they're going to feel like unsafe or like they're going to get ambushed from. Oh, hey, there's a rare. I think my cat's been missing us being at home more. Today is one of my days off where I just stay home all day and she just woke up from her nap to hang out at my desk. Aww. I miss when my partner and I had matching desks because when we first got our cat, we had a bed in between our monitors. She would sleep there all the time. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, catnip's a really good idea too, especially if your cat likes it. Both of my kittens do, so that might work. Might be a thing. I was trying to grow some catnip, but I did a bad job. I just put some seeds and soil in a pot, but I left it in a place that's like way too hot, so no matter how often I water it, it dries out and gets like baked during the day. I needed to find a shady spot for that so they could actually like sprout. This is all too heartwarming and adorable. I love having a cat on my lap. I love it a lot. It's so comforting. It's such like a warm, soft, kind of heavy thing. And sometimes they kind of snore when they're sleeping. It's nice. Simple person. I like cats. Oh, hey, my rears are up. The cat snores. Little cat snores. My dog does big snores. My dog snores like a man. My dog snores like an adult man who needs like a CPAP machine. But the kitties do like little tiny honk shoes. Especially when they start purring. My huskies are a force of nature that cannot be contained. Please send help. Give them love from me. Love huskies. They're so crazy. My dog is like 20% husky at best. At best. I think maybe it was like 12 or 13%. I did a DNA test for fun. And we were once walking him in the city and a woman asked us if he had any husky in him. And we were like, yeah, a little bit, you know, some. And she's like, whenever you want her to do something and he doesn't do it, that's the husky in him. Whenever you want to walk and he want to stop, that's the husky. She had like a whole speech. It was very well laid out. And had great repetition. That's the husky. And we still say that to this day. courtesy of unknown Victoria woman. Yeah, I part Malamute, same, different. How is Moose these days? He's doing good. He's good. He's calm now, which is a little bit sad. Like, he used to be so hyper because he was a baby, and now that he's 3, he's really settled down. And it's hard for me not to read it just as him being bummed out. So I've been trying to, like, make extra time to, like, hang out with him outside and, like, chase him and play with his favorite toys and do fun stuff with him so that he still has some sparkle left in his eye. He's doing pretty good. I think he misses Kira. He got very sad when she left, or passed away. And I think he still thinks about her sometimes. Husky is finally calming down at like 7. This adult man who snores has a bent nosy bone, but hey, getting that fixed in August. Congratulations. The distinct special nose whistle. My Milo snores like a tractor. Oh my god, he's so loud. Also, he's a ginger and so is his brother, so brain cells lacking. They're just, they're economical with the brain cells. They're sharing brain cells so that they can keep their power usage low. That's all it is. Yeah, Moose is a little Malamute. Good. His biggest chunk is German Shepherd, but even that was less than a quarter. He's a big ol' mix. You know how your phone will try to like ID a pet that's in the picture? I was looking at a photo of Moose, and my iPhone is like, this is definitely either a German Shepherd or a Welsh Corgi. And I'm looking at this photo of Moose being like, Welsh Corgi? Excuse you? He's a what now? I don't think so. Just realized there has never been a clothware added to the game. I guess not, huh? They've added a lot of classes. They haven't added a new clothy yet. How do you keep Moose out of a litter box? He used to, when I used to use corn litter, he used to nibble on, not the litter, not like the poop or anything, but he used to nibble on like the corn litter bits that would get tracked out of the box. And I just kind of asked him not to a few times, and he gave that up. But we use wood pellets now, and he completely leaves that alone. He has no interest in the wood pellets. No new tank in 10 years. Monk, Demon Hunter. I mean, they've added 2 new tanks, though, right? Like Monk. No, they've added 3 new tanks. Blood Decay, Brewmaster Monk, and Demon Hunter. I feel like they've added quite a few. It took until Evoker to get a range DPS. Moose likes his wooden stick form. Yeah. He's not like a poop eating kind of dog. I know some dogs do that. My childhood dog did. But he's not. He thankfully doesn't have that instinct. He did every now and then. Moose is really good. He's a good boy. He knows what the rules are. He tends to live by them. But every once in a while, he'll check to see if a rule is still like valid, to see if it's something that he really wants to do. He'll see if he can kind of get away with it. So he doesn't try to eat the cat food or the cat litter, but he'll occasionally try to eat the cat food. And the rule with Moose and cat food, and he knows this, is he's not allowed to eat it out of their bowls. But if any is spilled, he's allowed to eat it off the floor. And that way he kind of cleans up the floor. He gets a little nibble, but he's not allowed to eat their food out of their bowls. And he's normally very, very good about that. And lately, the cats have been kind of not respecting the rule in reverse. They've been eating his kibble out of his bowl. And I like to think that he took that personally. Because in the last, like, day or so, he's been on a rebellious streak of trying to sneak off when no one's paying attention to eat wet food out of the kitten bowls. And last night, I heard what I was pretty sure was him doing that through our bedroom door. And I found that the best way to discourage him from doing something that he knows he shouldn't do is to just call him out on it, and to do so in a way that kind of surprises him a bit, because then he like gets a bit shocked and he's like, oh, I'm sorry. Oops, never mind. So I like sneak up to the door in the dark, and I can hear him like eating out of the cat bowl. And I open the door and I go, moo! Sorry, Tiki. No! And in the dark, in like my scariest voice. And he like skedaddles out of there. He absolutely skedaddles the heck out of there. And then I just kind of close the door and go back to bed, and then I have a laughing fit because I couldn't keep a straight face. Moose 1000 IQ move. Knock the cat food out of the bowls. We'll see if it worked. I haven't caught him doing it again since I did that, but we'll see if it actually stuck. Just go Darth Vader on him. I was having such good luck for a second, I felt. What happened? He's a German Shepherd in a costume. Just the face, maybe a brown Welsh Corgi is kind of sort of similar. Yeah, they might have the same kind of like coat pattern. That might be what it was looking at. Did I do this rare? I did. Oh, it's up. That's why it's yelling at me. That would be it. One rare, please. One mount, please. I'd say it's my birthday, but it's not true yet. I can't say that until it's actually my birthday. Wife did the nose surgery, didn't help. I feel bad because she was trying to control the snoring for me. Are you a fellow earplug connoisseur? My partner snores and I sleep with earplugs in every night. And then when I'm like really ready to like ball out and have like a bougie night, I like crack open a brand new pair instead of just reusing the ones that have like kind of stopped working. It's when you need the good sleep, you know, it's the good stuff. Earplugs aren't enough, unfortunately. Escalated to separate beds. Yeah, that's hard. I kind of want separate beds one day just to see if I sleep better, but I really don't want to hurt my husband's feelings. He's very nice and we like to talk in bed and it's like a nice time that we get to spend with each other. And I'm sure we could still do that and then I could like go to bed in a different bedroom, but I don't know, we're still kind of newlyweds and I don't, you know, it'd be sad. Also, my spare room is currently filled to the brim with like cardboard that I need to take to the recycling center and fishing equipment, so it's not particularly restful right now. Sharing a bed for slumber time when unconscious, overrated. Earplugs save whatever remained of my sanity. Very light sleeper and any tiny noise wakes me up. I always say, and I don't travel much, but when I used to, being already used to sleeping with earplugs is super nice if you're ever going to travel and like stay in hotels, because some hotels are loud and there's people tromping by drunk at 2 in the morning. And if I'm already used to sleeping with earplugs, I'm going to sleep right through all of that. I'm not going to notice. And I don't travel well to begin with, so I kind of need my sleep. I need the best rest possible because I'm just like fighting biology to try to not get sick whenever I'm on the road. It's part of the reason I stay home so much. Never succeeded in having a good night's sleep while sharing a bed. All about team separate beds. Need to normalize this. Yeah. For what it's worth, they show sleeping in the same bed better for your stress. Lots of other health benefits. Yeah. Why did I think I could solo this? This character is less gear than the last one. I guess I just like saw people around and I assumed that somebody was definitely gonna come fight that rare. Oh, forget what kind of pinchy pinchies Hazel has in her house. The crabby pinchy pinchies? It's the hand signal for I'm crabby. Or have you been talking to the earwigs? I saw a really cute cricket this morning. So one of them from range? Yeah, that's what I've heard. You can dodge the spit? The decroding spittle? I thought it was like a targeted thing. Hazel just joined. Not sure if you already talked about this. Will you go to BlizzCon this year? Oh, welcome. I do not have plans to go to BlizzCon this year. I'm going to sit this year out, I think. Maybe in a future year, if I'm feeling any more motivated to travel or like cross the border. But for the moment, I'm gonna hole up and enjoy it from a distance online. I can keep my regular streaming schedule and stuff. He does play WoW, yeah, he does. Can hardly watch a show with the BF while in bed because he goes into comfort mode so fast, passes out. Whenever it's time for bed, I read my book. I've got a little light that clamps onto my bed, and I read for a few minutes until I get tired enough to sleep. I can't sleep without it. Like genuinely, like if I'm out of book or if I can't find a book, I'll have to pull like a manual or something. Woe be unto she who must read the oven manual in order to sleep. It's not good. It's his main class. He plays a shaman. He's an enhancement shaman main. Got a Kindle partly because it makes reading in bed easier without a light. I will bring a concerning amount of things for you to sign if I go to a Hazel BlizzCon. I promise, if I ever do go and we are at the same BlizzCon, I will sign as many things as you want. Just you. Everybody else gets one, maybe two things, but you are allowed to bring a suitcase. And I will sit down on the floor with a Sharpie and we will make it work. I promise. Pinky swear. I want to see Hazel Sun and Moonkin plush. I need 4 more rares here. Does he watch your guides? Yeah. Mostly just because he knows I'm going to ask if he watched it, and then if it was any good. And then he always says, yes, it was good. And then I always say, you have to say that. What are you going to say? No, this one stinks. It's just, it's my wifely allocated ego boost. I want one. Moonkin plush? They're always good. Aw. That's cute. He totally can. What, tell me if they suck? I don't think he can. I have a very fragile ego. And he has to live with me. I think that would be a rough proposition. I don't think that would be wise. That would be like the, do I look nice? No. Honestly, you look like garbage. Not a very nice thing to say. I feel like a good friend has the emotional intuition to figure out if you're actually looking for constructive feedback or if you just need like a little ego boost. Just looking for a little bit of reassurance so you can walk out the door. Different versions of how do I look. I wish I could play more WoW with the BF, but all he's done so far is hyper-focus on his now gorgeous WoW home and quickly dipped. Show my friends his house and he's never on. Yeah, sometimes you just want a little boost. If I look bad, I want someone to be honest and tell me. Oh man, not me. If I look terrible, I don't want a soul to mention it to me because as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter. I walked out of the house like that on purpose, so let's all just pretend it's not a thing. And just, you know, who needs to look nice? I get all philosophical about it. Whenever I'm too lazy to, like, do anything, I'm just like, why must we be hot? I wish to go forth ugly, and we shall all do business regardless. Like, let me purchase my groceries in a state of mess. And I get way too way too entitled about it. Mine bought his house, hasn't logged on since. Yeah, Flabby hasn't been on WoW much. He's playing Palworld right now. I've been having a lot of fun with that. Unless I have a tear somewhere I don't want to have a tear. Yeah, exactly. If there's like a wardrobe malfunction, then I want to know about that. I don't want to like start flashing people with accidental nudity. But short of that, I genuinely don't want to know. That's my argument for grocery delivery services. Then you don't have to be hot. Well, I'm here to tell you, you never have to be hot. Being hot is always optional. It's nice when you can turn it on, but it's nice when you can turn it off. Get to be over 50, that becomes your permanent state of mind. Housing copy paste like talent strings coming in 12.1? Yes. Yeah, import codes are absolutely coming. I was gonna try to make one. Make them to share. Just basic ones. I'm not a housing wizard. I'm not even a housing mage. I'm a housing initiate. Alright. Found a rare. One mount, please. I've got my lucky tiki on my lap. If we're playing video games and you want the camera on, beware, you will see PJs and a messy bun. What does Flabby primarily play WoW for? Rating? Mythic Plus? Yeah, he likes both of those. I mean, not to be too narcissistic about it, but I think at this point he kind of plays WoW for me. So whatever I want to do, he'll be kind of around for. He'll do Mog runs. He'll do, well, we raid. We'll do keys. He used to PvP. Not so much these days. Same thing with Classic. He used to play more Classic. Housing Priest, we all saw you levitate to reach the sink. Nah, he's taking a break right now. He's playing Palworld. My guild is having a good time in Palworld. I took your advice yesterday and I got on Discord and hung out with them while playing my own file. I made a Palworld save just for me and I called it Hazel's Lonely Land. I was gonna call it Only Hazel's Allowed, but I felt that was aggressive. And I don't know why I care what it's named, because, like, it's a solo file. It's not a multiplayer file. No one's gonna see it but me. Anyway, no one's allowed but me, so all my pals are exactly where I left them. If I'm crafting a bunch of balls and leaving them on a table, I'm gonna come back and they're gonna be on the table. I love Palworld, but it brings out the worst in me. I'm too much of a control freak. It's a fun game to play with other people, but you have to be chill about sharing, and apparently I'm not chill about sharing. I want my own file where I can make my own stuff and do it at my own pace. And I want to hang out with other people in voice, but I do not want them in my world. I am awful like that. You gonna do Valheim in September? Maybe. Yeah, it might be fun. You see so many people when you work in retail. If you aren't a supermodel, they've forgotten about you in 20 seconds. Yeah, most people don't think about you that much. I feel like my goal, if I'm trying to look nice when I'm going out, I don't really want to be received in any particular way. I just want to feel good. Like if anything, I used to, when I used to kind of like, I don't know, shave my head and go out without makeup and wear exclusively sweats is because I wanted to be invisible. I didn't want anyone to like acknowledge me or talk to me or honk horns or whatever, because I'm shy and I don't really want to engage with people I don't know. And then when I do the opposite and I dress up, it's mostly just because I want to kind of access that like that confident feeling, but I don't really want anyone to like say anything about it. Yeah, most people think about themselves 95% of the time. I will admit I do check out other people's like outfits and stuff because I'm like looking for inspiration. Like sometimes you're grocery shopping and you see like a woman who's just fabulous and I'm like kind of trying to like sneakily like see like what's her bag and what are her shoes and like where do you think she got that jacket, like why do I like this outfit, what about this is working for me, do I think that would work on me. Like I'm always just like shopping other people because when someone looks really cool sometimes I want to rip it off. Hazel, do you have a playlist for when you were doing long farms? No, I just do this. I just listen to game sound and I talk to stream. That's it. I don't do any music. If I'm just gaming on my own, I put on my normal like Apple Music playlist, so whatever I'm listening to. Which right now has been a mix of Santos Bravos, Diljit Dosanjh, and then the BTS album. Thoughts on the social UI updates coming in 12.1. Social UI updates. I might need you to refresh my memory. I don't know what they're doing. I forgot. I often want to play music that's not English because English tends to speech jam me if I'm editing something with English words in it. Like if I'm trying to edit like a video or whatever. I can't listen to English language music, but I can listen to foreign language music as long as I don't know what it is, which is always because I only speak English. Updated the interface for the friends list. Oh. I don't think that's going to impact me at all. I don't use my friends list. I have like this is my entire friends list and I don't use it. I never ever speak to people on it. That's not really a place I go to socialize. I've killed all my rares. I need another character. It's 10:53 and I'm out of characters. All right, I'm gonna leave this character here. I'm gonna clear out her bags. Pop on some classical music. I do classical and like focus soundscapes if I'm like actually like working on something, but sometimes you're doing something that's kind of like medium. Like if I'm making YouTube thumbnails, I want to kind of be vibing, but I also can't get too distracted. You can't just like get up and start to dance. So you want something kind of in between.
Good fortune to our friends.
I like the change, no worries. I'm just really antisocial. If I am going to hang out with people, I want to do it in voice. I don't want to do it in text. I am so awkward in text. I don't get tone. I don't know what to say. The best text platforms are the ones where I can react with emojis because I am better at that than coming up with words to say. My favorite thing to do in Discord is just to like look through the emoji list to pick out the appropriate one for whatever it is that I'm reacting to. Hi. Hi, nice kitties. Okay, I'm going to take a level 80 character out here. I'm going to pick a hunter. And I'm just going to see how this goes. I'm just going to do some rares and see if it's okay. Let's try it. I'll do it not in war mode. Well, actually, I guess I could. Well, no, I saw an 87 when I was 90, so I don't really want to be in the same thing. This one is first on my list. This is Squidgy. She is my Mop Remix Hunter. I like her little gloves. I think they're Brawler's gloves. I'm so neurotic when I log out. I need to be in a rest area so my character is safe when I'm gone. I'm probably going to want to log out these characters into a rest area because they genuinely are going to need to get some rested. A couple of my friends somehow got tickets, went to see BTS in London a week or two ago. Not my thing, but they were so hyped. I bet that was fun. I've never been to a show like that, and I don't think I would go necessarily, but I like putting on the music. I like the kind of music production. Big K-pop acts tend to get really good music producers, and I feel like sometimes it's hard to find pop music that goes that hard in just English language pop music because it's too busy navel gazing about feelings. I just need like sounds. Why am I in Valdraken? Doesn't matter. Mood question. Love Squidgy's looks. This is my one gnome hunter. I always forget that I have a gnome hunter. Are you biting my pocket? I never bite your pockets. Hi. How are you doing? Oh, is your ear itchy? I'm so sorry. I've got a little kitty in my lap. Hi. More of a whole experience in theatrical performance than just a concert. They do a 360-degree stage thing. Oh, that's right. It would have been Dragonflight Time Walking. That's right. 360-degree stage. This is technology I do not understand. Oh man. Okay, I'm heading to Silverman, that's right. In the center, people all around them. Oh, I see. I gotcha. I was just checking in on how the YouTube stream is doing. I feel like I've been doing decently well at keeping up with both chats. I am low enough on the totem pole that I feel like chat is slow enough that I can keep up with both chats, and also you guys are patient enough to wait for me to get to it. And I just saw the concurrent viewer number, and I feel like, oh no, there we go. I was mixing up the overall view number with the concurrent number, and I'm like, whoa! I just misread it. Never mind. We're fine. That makes more sense. There we go. That's better. I thought I had 800 people in there, and I'm like, hello? I do not. It is doing lovely, but that is not 800 people. All right. I'm level 80. I have Harold. Harold's gonna come with me. I guess I'm just gonna go. I don't see any reason why not. I really wanted to see Lady Gaga when she was here in March because that would have been a hell of an experience. Saw the ticket prices noped out really fast. Yeah, I don't have a lot of experience with concerts, but I've heard that they've gotten really expensive. Hi. In the last year or two. I mean, everything is, but for something that's sort of optional like that, I feel like that's hard. You end up wanting to look for more, like sort of niche artists that are going to have more affordable shows in smaller venues. Okay. Cheapest 850 Canadian. For the cheapest tickets. Yeah, I'm sure it's an amazing show. That's kind of out of my tax bracket. I don't know about you. Is that another no? Mm-hmm. Hey, you're back. Oh, you must secretly like gnomes. Otherwise, you wouldn't have gotten so much of an eye full of the gnomes of yesterday and been like, you know what I need is more Hazel Stream in my life. I think that your hate is over portrayed. I need to turn on Rare Scanner. Oh, hi, baby. Oh, are you falling off? Are you scooching? Hi. You're getting too big. You almost don't fit anymore. Hi. Fortunate to make good money, but for a 2-hour show, no, that's a ticket to Europe for me, right? Could get a dishwasher for that kind of money. The tickets for being close to the stage were close to 3,000 Canadian. Don't know who those people are. Someone. Wow. Retail, not resell. Wow. Fatty, thank you very much for the 56-month resub. Appreciate it very much. Let me see. Is this one home? No, okay. I'm scared. I'm scared of these rares. I'm only level 80. I know they'll scale to some extent, but it's spooky. What's Tiki getting down? Oh, he's getting down. Stick to my $10, 50 people bar shows. I'd rather $50 bar shows than $50 bar shoes. Bar shoes sounds sticky. Hi, Hazel. Hi, Grumpy Boggart. How are you doing today? Yeah, I love a gnome. I don't have a gnome mage, which feels like kind of criminal. Didn't I make one at one point? I thought I was talking about making one. Every time I talk myself into playing a mage, I play it for a week and then I remember that I don't like mages. Or it just doesn't click with me. I don't vibe with it. I'm more of a hybrid class kind of person, or like a pet class kind of person. I'm not much of a glass cannon kind of person. Good, you? Yeah, doing pretty good. Been farming rares. This is my first time bringing a sub 90 out to try to do zone rares. Because I did all of them on my I did all the rares that I could do on my 3 90s. So I'm out of 90s now, so I gotta try and do something else. And it was either level in time walking or this. So, moment of truth. They do scale down. They totally scale down. It's level 80, so this should be fine. This should be great. Hello, Mr. Sonic Jet. I hope you're having a lovely day. New garden, no mog items, super cute, easy to pair with stuff. I like them, but the garden nomiest piece of it is the hat. And it's one of the hats that hides your hair, so I kind of can't do it. I have that set mogged on a Worgen. I have it mogged in a Worgen warrior, and I think that's pretty funny. I get a big kick out of that. Okay, so these don't die in a hurry, but they do die. It's not going to be that fast. You know what? It was experience, though. I might actually level this way. I might actually be able to get a character leveled. I should just completely skip the elites. That's never going to happen. Those are not a good idea. What am I riding? I'm riding a... Oh, it's Quaffon. I gotta pick out a good mount for her. Aren't they doing better hair with helms? I heard something, but I'm sure it's not with, like, existing helms. I'm sure it's just more new helms that show your hair. It would surprise me if they somehow managed to make it retroactive. It's just too much of a backlog to manage. That would be cool, though. What should we do while we wait for the rare to spawn? We can look for more rares. I was talking about camping out and working on the Jewelcraft achievement, Hot Swapper, for playing like the Bejeweled minigame while Tuna. I don't know if I would go back there. I don't know if that's a good idea. Oh, hey.
Many are still recovering from the
while I was waiting for a rare to spawn. I don't even have Plater on right now. Look at these default nameplates. What am I doing? I'm gonna get so much Marl doing all this. I might actually be able to catch up on transmog for Marl. I'm gonna be out here buying tabards and other stuff that I don't use. Oh, you know what I did do? I was gonna say I didn't pick up professions on this character yet, and I looked at her professions. She has nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yikes. Should at least pick up mining and herb or something. Holy smokes. If I ever do another character, I'll probably grab something. How many tunes today? This is going to be number 4. The one I'm on is number 4. I did my 390s, and now I'm venturing into the land of the 80s. Yeah, I'm looping through the rares in multiple tunes. Now that I only need one more mount from one zone, it doesn't take me as long to do the whole lap, because I don't need to clear up multiple zones. Before, when I needed to go to Herondar and Voidstorm and Eversong, so on and so forth, I usually wouldn't get through all 4 characters. Guys. Boys, you're gonna lose office privileges if you keep doing that. That's not a good place for you. What do you got? Oh. That's my fault. I left a cat toy back there. I'm like, what are you guys playing with? It is a cat toy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't realize I'd summoned them. You guys are easy. You guys are so predictable. Here, I'm gonna stick this like there for now. And find another spot to camp. Fairly fortunate to get so many rares up. Having to camp so many. I think if I wasn't doing this on stream, I would do it at like bedtime or something. Well, that might be a good way to ruin your sleep. But I would try to do it at like the off-peakest hour that I could possibly access, like early morning or late night or something like that. I've lost my pet. My pet is dead. Here lies Harold. Kitties! Here. Can you just hold on? There we go. Does Plater let you use WoW's old nameplates? That's a fascinating question. I suppose so. There's probably a version of Plater that kind of mimics the aesthetics of WoW's old nameplates. I see. For a moment you broke my brain because I'm like, I use Plater to get rid of the old nameplates. Like it wasn't computing. Probably. There's probably a profile that's like classic. Let me turn on Plater. I like my Hazel profile though. There's a Plater profile for everything. On my Druid finding, I don't enjoy killing rares on it at all. Druid might need to exist for instances. Yeah, Hunters are nice. BM Hunters are nice because you've got like your big cooldowns up so frequently. And you've got so much front-loaded damage, which is kind of what you need to kill a rare. I want to move my chair, but there's kitties underneath it. I can't scooch it. I don't want to run over anybody's paws. I'm actually getting half decent experience. I'm getting exploration experience. If I, on a character like this, pick up, if I pick up herbing and mining, I could get gathering experience too. And maybe even make like a smidge of gold from mining and herbing while I'm waiting for stuff. That'd be pretty good. Oh, hey, it's up. Yeah, I am getting lucky with finding a lot of these up. Some of these characters are on weird realms. I don't remember if this one is, but I know that by the time I got to my Legion Remix alts, I was making characters on like RP realms that might have more spawns up. This is how I was enjoying leveling my alts. Try to limit my add-ons, but I love Plumber and Auctionator. What's your favorite Plumber feature? What's your favorite Plumber feature? It's one of those add-ons that I install and then I get rid of, and then I install it and then I get rid of it. And I do that pretty often. I had it on for all of Amirdrasil because it was really nice for doing like the flower planting thing. Remember when we were planting seeds and like tending them in the open world like Emerald Dream? That was my Plumber era. What I did was just join the world boss raids, never had to wait for spawns. Yeah, that's an idea. That would work. That's funny. I stuck the end of the wand toy under, like, in my chair. And I'm like wiggling my chair to like dangle it for the cats. Using Plumber to actually use the Legion Artifact fishing rod. That's a good one too. Least favorite Plumber feature is the cracks. Have like almost everything checked on Plumber. Quality of life stuff with prey, delves. The most important thing was the obnoxious loot bug. What was the loot bug? Can't believe it's still broken on top of you can't switch skins. Love Plumber and delves. What does it do in delves? A couple people telling me they use Plumber for delves. My pet died. I really should be a bit more careful here. I'm not paying enough attention. I'm doing this like I'm on a 90 and I'm not on a 90 and I need to actually like try. Alright, one mount please. Oh, I got an epic and it scared me and it's not the mount. I got an epic. I mean, I could wear it actually. I got a trinket. I guess I'm going to get gear that I can use on these characters because they're wearing who knows what. That's leather though. We don't want that. It just now occurred to me that I'm actually going to need the gear. Hate when that happens. I don't think it can if you're on a 90, because that's never happened to me before. But this is my first 80. It's got plus speed. That's a bit stout for farming. It does have speed too. Not too bad. How long did it take you to get 7 of 8? 5 or 6 weeks of this, but I've been doing it kind of off and on. I took a couple weeks off to do patch stuff when 1207 came out. And then in a given week, it would be somewhere in the range of like 12 hours, because I stream 5 days a week, 3 hours a day. But I also like noodle around a lot. I'm not really a paragon of efficiency. It happens so often on sub 90 alts, you get sad when an epic item drops. I mean, if I can use it, then that's going to be something. I gotta fix my keybinds here, otherwise I'm not healing my pet, and I need to be. Really like the tooltip editions. Very nice. Been killing 5 to 10 rares per day, only on 2 out of 10. Maybe I need to grind it proper. The drop rate, I won't lie to you, it sucks. It really sucks. The more characters you have and the more full apps you can do, the better. My favorite add-on for it is definitely Rare Scanner, because it's going to mark the ones that I haven't done yet for the day on my map, and it's going to yell at me when I fly by them, which I appreciate. How come I never read this? This is adorable. What is this? Delver's Mana Skimmer. I knew I didn't use the Delve mounts from before. That's actually so cute. Set that up. Default skin Mana Skimmer. Thinking of doing some mount farming later today. So far, have exactly 0 mounts. Discouraging. You know what, though? There's only one direction for that number to go. You can't possibly lose mounts. And if you're doing this farm, if you're killing Midnight Rares to try to get these mounts, even if you don't get a mount to drop, you're going to get tons of Marl, and I don't know about you, but I need that for all kinds of stuff. I'm always struggling for Marl. The loot bug was when you'd try to loot an item and it would make the bag noise but then not loot anything. Oh. Yeah, that would tilt me too. That sucks. True, true. Plus you get a bit of gold from vendoring some stuff, and it's all good. It's all good. I've been really enjoying this farm. You get to know the zones. You get all excited. Like there's like little mini successes in between. Like even if I didn't get a mount, I found a rare up. You know, that's kind of a success. Clearing a zone feels like I did something. I've never noticed that loot bug. I wonder if I've had it and I just haven't been paying enough attention to notice, or if I haven't had that bug. Herondor is nice since you get the currency for the other mount farming rares. Yeah. Your Echo of Almcharon. Herondor's just a nice zone to spend time in too. There's lots of lumber out there. You can kind of farm a little bit while you're waiting for rares to spawn. Oh, these characters are, it's a little dicey. I mean, that's a hard rare. It's a little spooky. Happens far too often while fishing, always when I get it done too. All the rares have mounts. So the mounts are zone-wide rare drops. So any of the rares in a zone can drop one of the 2 mounts that drop in that zone. So there's no wrong answer for which rare do you want to do. Do all of them. And then each zone has 2 mounts from rares. I think the new zone's getting 2 mounts from the new zone rares too in 12.1. I kind of want to use Recuperate. There it is. Yeah, so even though the drop rate's not very good, you get lots of chances, which I feel like is fun and exciting. Like your next chance is always right around the corner. I know what it is now. I prefer Feral Druid over Balance for rare killing somehow. I don't blame you. Balance Druid and single target always feels like just strange to me. It's never really worked for me. I don't think we know exactly what the drop rate is. It has to be less than 1% though. It has to be less than 1%. I think it might be a 0.5%, 1 in 200. It could be even worse than that. There's no real way to know. Zipine Tree, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime sub. I really appreciate it. Thank you for picking me for your Prime. It helps me out a lot. A lot. Try these ones. This is a little slower than doing it on 90s, but most of the time spent is just trying to get the spawns up anyways, so I feel like it's not that bad. Tuna. Always on my PC. Tiki's still playing with the toy that I'm sitting on. I'm gonna have to leave you to it. 1,500 kills in both Herondar and Eversong. Still missing one each. One from each of those, yeah. I wonder what my longest gap was. I'll never know because I'm not tracking it. If I could go back and start it again, I probably would just, like, figure out the rarity thing. I'll try and do that before I start the Voidstorm fishing grind for the Nether Ray mount, or the Nether Drake mount. Just so I can find out kind of vaguely what the numbers are and put them into context. I want to know how lucky or unlucky I am. Because being lucky is fun, because you're lucky. But being unlucky is also kind of satisfying in a twisted way, because you get to wear it as a badge of sick honor. I'm not keeping track of kills. I'm just continuing to kill the rares until the mounts come. I don't know how many kills I've done. Not enough. I miss how War Within fishing felt, minus the blood pools. Slum sharks were always so satisfying to find. Got decades of unluck in the game. I don't need an add-on to show it to me. Lots of trinkets. Male shoulders, yeah. Made a killing off those sharks. Have you gotten any of the mounts yet? I have 7 out of the 8 possible mounts that you can get from this, so I'm nearly finished. I'm only missing 1 from this zone, which is why I'm spending the whole day in Zul'Aman. I got my last Herondar mount yesterday on my Twitch stream. Druid Wolf, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate it very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Got cats in here. Should I wait for this one or should I... Yeah. No, I have to wait for this one. It's the last rare that I need. What do we do? What do we do? We can work on Jewel Craft. I'm sure it'll spawn before I actually get a high score, but we're just practicing. This is the toy that I got recently to kill time while I'm like waiting for stuff like this. Apparently it's been in this game for years and years and years, and jewel crafters have been able to make it and you can buy it on the auction house. And I had no idea. I was missing out on WoW Bejeweled this whole time. This is my favorite minigame when it used to be like a World Quest thing. There's a boomer Facebook mom inside of all of us. Literally never seen this, right? This could be you while you're waiting for whatever it is you're waiting for. Waiting for your guildies to show up for raid, waiting for your rare to spawn. That's it. Those are the 2 things we wait for. That's it. That's all we got. It's called Jewel Craft. You can buy it on the auction house or craft it if you're a jewel crafter. It's Legion Jewel Crafting. It's a toy. Wait, what is this? It's always someone's first time seeing it. I should make a command for it for Twitch. When your raid leader's doing a 20-minute detailed talk about a fight. Man, you just gotta roll a 3-minute Hazel video and call it good. Just pull it and see who dies. I do not have the patience for super long raid explanations because I feel like by the time, like, I do not want, and my raid leaders are really good about this, they don't do this, but I do not want a raid leader trying to talk me through phase 2 or phase 3 of, like, an end stage fight where we're definitely not gonna make it there yet. Like, just talk to me about phase 1. Let's do that first. And then the first time we wipe in phase 2, then let's talk about phase 2. I'm not going to remember it if you try to teach me 3 phases verbally with no visual aids all at once. It's not going to happen. 1 phase at a time. Satisfying. If you get a score of 250,000 in 1 sitting of this game, you can see I'm at 71k right now, you get a little achievement that I'm sure lots of people have. I don't have it. And apparently I'm never going to get it because I only do this while I'm waiting for rares, and the rare always spawns before I get up to 250k. I think the amount of time it would take to do that on average is probably longer than the rare spawn time. The only thing is that I'm bad at just clicking without dragging, so I end up like moving my camera angle a little bit whenever I do this. After this rare, I'm gonna need to grab another character, and maybe I'll get like mining and herb this time. Maybe I'll check to see if that character has professions at all, and if not, I could just give them like basic midnight mining and herb. Why not, you know? May as well. Especially herb. A lot of my alts have mining. Not many of them have herb, because I had switched them over to enchanting so I could DE epics. I will say, if the YouTube co-streaming works out, it might adjust the way that I put VODs on YouTube. Up until this point, I've been separately trying to upload them onto a separate YouTube VOD channel. And right now, I think I'm streaming to just like my regular YouTube channel. So I might try, and if this does work out, I might try to have a way for the VODs to just live there. Because they'll already be there. I won't need to like separately send them and edit them and stuff. I could just edit them right away. They wouldn't need to process again. It would save me a lot of time. Might be good. I've still got a cat toy in my hand, and I'm just fishing. There's a surprising amount of parallels between jigging for bottom fish, if you've ever been fishing, and trying to play with a cat with a string toy. You're trying to trigger strike behavior. You're doing it right now as we speak. Hi, YouTube. I feel like we've been doing pretty good too. Pretty much keeping up. Everybody's behaved. Is there one place for all WoW minigames? Someone might have like an add-on that like sort of filters the toys, because a lot of the minigames, like the tic-tac-toe and this one, and then the Blingtron circuit uncrosser game, they're all just done through toys. I got you to get the fish and a stream on YouTube. Hashtag influence. To get the fish. Did you talk me into getting lettuce? I forget. Did you finish Blingtron? No, I didn't. I didn't finish Blingtron. Came to YouTube to give you a like. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. Okay, good. I was just taking a look at my YouTube chat being like, if I ever needed to ban somebody, do I remember how to do that? Yeah, kind of. More or less. Let's hope I don't have to find out. You wanted to finish the raid guides and I was like, get the fish. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I was talking about wanting to finish raid guides first and then I got the fish. Of course I did. I have no self-control for that kind of thing. Blasphemer, thank you for the 85-month resub. Good morning. Good morning. It has been nice having lettuce in the office. I feel like we're bonding. I think we're friends. My boyfriend gave up on level 17. I'll do it another time. Maybe sometime I will... Oh. Okay. I'm thinking, why didn't it alert me? That's literally the rare that I'm looking for. And it just then decided to sound the horn, so I guess maybe it just spawned. That's funny. WoW Sudoku, the minigames collection will be complete. I need WoW versions of Wordle and Connections now. I'm sure someone's made them. People make versions of all kinds of Wordle. Gonna need those minigame toys. Too much waiting while doom scrolling. That'd be a cute YouTube video. Hi. Hi, Boogie. How you doing? Happy. I keep wanting to say Saturday. It's not Saturday yet. It's Friday. Happy Friday. One mount? No? Okay. I'm gonna leave this character in the village. I'm gonna go actually find a rest place to put her in. I'm gonna go stick her in a rested spot. And then I'm gonna get another character. Did I ever take a break? I feel like I must have. I did. I'm gonna get another character, and I'm gonna give her some professions this time. Whoa, I would get a lot of experience if I just dealt with the void assaults. Too bad. WoW version of Wordle they call Riedel. The cats keep getting away with this toy and dragging it back with my cords. Is this a good? No, it's not. Okay. Wow, I just got experience just for being here. That's funny. No, we're not doing that. Already 11:25. It went fast, right? It is Saturday in New Zealand, if that helps. It always helps that New Zealand's there. I need them to keep on keeping on. Okay, another hunter. Let's do a hunter in a weird realm. Let's do Crawdad. This was one of my Legion Remix characters. I had the aquatic name theme for Legion Remix. I am unsure if I can accurately describe just how far off my bingo card the YouTube stream was for 2026, right? It got to a point where it seemed like it's fairly low impact to manage. It's not actually that hard. I kind of thought it was going to be annoying to do, and it's not. It's not that bad. If anything, it's kind of nice to have two chats to read, because sometimes I finish reading one chat and I'm like, well, I'm kind of bereft of original thought over here. I'm just gonna wait for someone to ask me something, and now I have two chats to ask me stuff. It's great. I can help keep a better flow of conversation this way. I'm just gonna confuse you by posting in both. Are you not modded over there? Hang on. Can I do that? Yes, I can. Wait. YouTube has fancy options. Also, I'm not asking. This is a non-consensual moderation. Oh. Sure. Rip it. There you go. You're live on YouTube now? I've been distracted? Yeah, I've been multi-streaming today. We're on two platforms. I'm pleasantly surprised the internet can handle it. I wasn't sure if my Booney's internet would be able to manage streaming to two platforms at once, but it's been okay. It's been fine. Okay, I'm going to Orgrimmar. I'm going to check on professions. He does not have any, so I'm going to pick up, when I go to Silvermoon, I'm going to pick up mining and herb. Is there a trick to defeating the final boss of the Darkway Delve, or just run away when the circles show up? Oh, it's been so long since I've done it, I forget. I think you just got to get out of the range of them. I think you just have to run away. Sword check, shield not sword. Shield in one tab, sword in the other. You're ready for sword and board. Silvermoon? Silvermoon. There you are. Just getting out of the way. We're ready for battle. Hope you're doing well. Good luck on drops. Thank you very much, Jestry. The power. Opened YouTube for fun. Your live was the first thing. YouTube does a surprisingly good job of showing you a live when it's up, but if you wanted to just browse live streams and not watch one in particular, good luck to you. It's not really a good service for just like seeing who's live and what they're doing. It's kind of best if you have somebody in mind already. I want urban mining. I think mining's up here somewhere. Do I have enough gold for this? Yeah, I got 3k gold. I can afford to train some professions. He has no professions at all, so I can't possibly do this wrong. The browse page for YouTube streams is a mess. They really tried to get it working, and YouTube streams do still have some advantages over Twitch. am I doing? I'm looking for herb, which is in the building. I remember being confused that the herbalist was in the dark indoors when there's a garden right out there. Alright, we'll pick this up. I might need to open the door again and let the cats out of here. They're going kind of crazy. Excuse me. They have not yet managed to take me offline for the day, though, which I'm pleased about. But, free us, mother! I didn't notice my door was closed. Anytime somebody watches live, it'll be on your recommended big and pinned in there. Yeah, it makes sense, because it's like, you know, it's a current thing that's currently happening. They want you to watch the same big streamers as everyone else, only learned about you from Wowhead. Cats losing their edge. Alright, I've got herb, I've got mining, I'm heading to Zul'Aman. Do I have plater? Need any other add-ons here? Let's turn on plater. I just have it hardwired that noon is Hazel time at this point. Still got half an hour. Honestly, I haven't really thought about like the streaming platforms. Like I know I stream and that's kind of like my job, but like I haven't really thought about like the platforms and their features and, you know, what's coming next on them in like a long time. I've been very under my rock, living my own lane. I don't know. The last piece of news I heard about from Twitch was that they were going to allow multi-streaming. And there we are. Did we pop? Let's... Oh, I need rare scanner too. Can't find my rares with that rare scanner. Man, so this is going to be my 5th character? Because I did... Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be character number 5. That's kind of exciting. I feel like I might be able to actually, like, brute force this mount in a half-meaningful frame of time. With this many characters coming through. And I feel like I managed to get the rest of the mounts with less characters in one zone. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I think this is going to happen. Famous last words. Yeah, this mount's going to drop any minute now, right? I am item level 103 in this character. He is fresh out of remix. I may need to have a think here. This is a little danger. This rare that I'm by is like the most dangerous one. Am I not like Spect or something? No, I have talent points on. Okay. That's good. Everything's gonna be fine. You've been streaming for 2 hours? Didn't even shoot me a text? Oh man. I'd ask if I know you, but the joke is I don't know anybody. Need your lucky tiki. Lucky Tiki's been banished to go party in a different room. Nightfall and rep. Man, my bags have full of weird garbage. Here, I'll get my health full. I'll get my bird named after a salmon's health full. And then we're just gonna do this and it'll be fine. Do I have any other buttons that need to go on the bar? Not really. Alright. Hope for the best. Oh, I don't even have Hunter's Mark. Oh, it's just on my bar. There we go. I feel like I genuinely kind of need it. Impatient Lola, thank you very much for the 7-month resub. I really appreciate it. Thanks for supporting the stream. Oh, we're doing fine. I was maybe overly scared of this. Nice. There's a couple of skateboarders in the alleyway behind my apartment. And they sound like they've been trying to land something for a while, but are struggling. Want to go out and cheer them on after. I'm trying to imagine what the sound of struggling skateboarders is, and I'm just imagining a lot of crashing and booming and oh! There goes a wrist. Love this city. Lots of profanity. Phased. Just head out there with a drink. Little party streamer. Make vocal air horn noises at them when they get it. Yeah, the first rare we did is pretty much the hardest one. I might have good luck finding rares up on this server, because this is like a lower pop server. I was making characters on weird servers for this, so this might be a quieter instance. YouTube stream now too, right? We're widening our net. We're spreading the love. I don't see why not. What's the harm? What's the harm? What's the worst thing that can happen? That is likely to happen. Whenever it's just a general the worst thing that can happen, I usually doom until I get to Meteor. And at that point, there's not much I can do anymore. Thankfully, I am the same in both places. No one will get confused. I got enough monitors for 2 chats. There are services that you can use that like combine the 2 chats into one box with like indicators as to who's from which platform. And if I was the kind of streamer to put chat on the screen, I could do that. But I've heard that they're kind of annoying, like a little finicky, and they're not super reliable. And I feel like I'd rather just read 2 chats. I got 2 eyeballs, we're fine. I'm just minus the wolf over here. Which one came first? Oh, Depthborn Elemental is up. This is finally pushing my ultra-wide to its limits. 2 chats and a fanfiction at once. Dangerous territory. There we go. I think I'm gonna prioritize for my alts that are gonna farm these. I'm gonna prioritize the alts on different servers. This is going great. I'm getting rare after rare up. The only thing is just doing enough damage to actually kill it. No one can live at that speed. Too much power for one mortal man. What emojis are we working with over here? There used to be... Oh, there still are. We do have... Oh man, these are ancient emotes. I've had these for such a long time. There are custom Hazel emotes for the YouTube stream. You might need to be a YouTube member in order to use them. I think it's probably the same situation with Twitch where it's like a paid subscription to be able to use the emotes. I unfortunately cannot honor a cross-platform subscription. Nordersil! Oh, the 11-month member! There you go! I can use my special chat here! You've been getting that anyway, huh? Man, you're nearly at 1 year. At the speed of life. This is the final boss of streaming. Hey Hazel, how's it going? Hi Angie, how you doing? We got options now. Have to use this on Twitch. I was trying to see about getting more emotes on board. I didn't think about trying to manage emote parity between platforms though. Thought hadn't crossed my mind. Later me problem. Been sad every day since canceling my sub. I miss my squirrel emotes. Didn't there used to be a thing where you could like use channel points to get them for a while? I thought that was a thing. Maybe not. I was trying to work with someone to get some emotes made, and I still am, of tuna and tiki and moose. I was thinking of maybe doing like little stream goals to like unleash an emote for each one of them for Twitch. But I think that the artist was quite confused because I don't really want them doing any particular emote. I just wanted like a cute portrait of each one, and I don't think that was computing. Like, do you want them waving? And I'm like, well, I guess they could be, but like, I don't know. They just want to spam a cat when they see the relevant cat. Okay. Get you without adverts on here as I have YouTube Premium. Oh, there you go. Nice, yeah. Lets people take advantage of that. Flabby has YouTube Premium, so whenever I want to watch YouTube on the TV, I log into his account, and then I just ruin his algorithm. It's a good thing that he loves me. I just destroy his algorithm. Do you know for a fact if the rare amounts can still drop for characters below 90? I don't have first-hand experience, but someone was telling me they can. I want to say Haley said that it's happened. Never realized that. It's like 11:40 for a specific one. Hello, Hazel and chat. Hello, how you doing? Yes, they can. Nice, good, good. Plus, I'm kind of getting some lovely experience doing all this. Was Tiny Vermin up? YouTube has way less ads than Twitch in general. You can skip them super easy as well. There you go. Yeah, more options for stream viewing. Should be the same quality. I'm putting out exactly the same same data, same bitrate to both platforms at this time. So it should be pretty much the same content. Prefer the UI of Twitch? Well, we got options. Whoa, 50 gift memberships. Oh, and the YouTube space. I wonder if that lets people, I wonder if they can probably use emotes now. Holy mackerel, that's like the whole chat. That's like the entire YouTube stream. Holy smokes, Nordrissel. YouTube boosted. Oh, Tiny Vermin's up. I like how it lists out in chat every individual person who got one. Love that. There you go. Emotes for everybody. I was trying to remember what else YouTube members get. I do a YouTube home video every month for premium members, but that's on a higher tier. I did a little vlog about how I colored my hair. Thanks, everyone. Oh, hang on, Scoots. Scoots needs a sword. Better open up YouTube. Nordrissel bringing the big gifts to the other platform. No idea how he did Neleus on double question mark so early on. He auto attacks me twice and I'm dead. I think there's footage somewhere. Paid member on Twitch, gifted on YouTube. What are we looking for? We're looking for... I feel like I just killed Tiny Vermin. Did it despawn on me? I wonder why it didn't show the thing going away. Well, unless I missed it. I was a little distracted. I was a tiny bit distracted. Very sick that the ads are out of sync, so when I get them on Twitch, I can just dodge over here. The streams themselves, I think I might have a tiny bit more delay on YouTube. I think YouTube might be a few seconds behind, so that's... I wouldn't play them at the same time. You might get weird echoes. Whoa. Did it double print or did you just do that again? Holy. I wonder if it just starts gifting like random people on YouTube. I think YouTube usually has more delay anyway. Yeah. Watching a whole lot of Twitch nowadays. Had to switch to Turbo instead. Made more sense. Yeah. I'm a sucker for a premium sub that removes ads. Life's too short for too many ads. What the heck? Holy. It's the patron saint of Hazel Nutty Games. Shucks, guys. I'm seeing rares. Am I not killing them? This rare is in the cave. Am I just seeing them and flying by them? I am just seeing them and flying by them. Alright, hang on. Let's have a picnic. Let's recuperate. Absolutely insane. Is Hunter your favorite class? Hunter is my favorite class for making alts. It's the easiest thing for me to make a new alt of. Because there's always another race that can be them, and it's fun to kind of pick new pets and a new name and a new mount. Priest is my favorite class, though. Holy Priest is kind of my forever main. Does YouTube get a bigger or smaller cut? That's a great question. I don't actually... I'd have to look at it again. It's been so long since I've looked at the YouTube stuff. I know the Twitch cut apparently varies depending on what level in your partnership you are. They try to, like, gamer you to make you grind more so that you can, like, level up to get a better rev split. Which I guess is better than the old way where you would just get a better rev split by nepotism, so... At least you can earn it. Yeah, it depends on your partner plus points. I wonder if YouTube is just default 50-50. I'd have to look into it. I'm a patron of the Hazel Opera House. Love to support Hazel HQ. It's very generous. One day, Nordrissel, one day someone is going to see you gift subs and they're going to try to accuse you of having a crush on me, and I need you to be the one that tells them. I need you to be the one that tells them. You don't have to. You can roll with the assumption if you want, but I just think one day that's gonna happen, and it's gonna be so funny. Think you can set your own prices? Twitch is notorious for taking the most online. Yeah, I'll have to do some research. I should know more for being a streamer. You've met your partner plus? There's levels to it. I've met level 1. I don't think I'm at level 2. I think I'm at 60-40 for Twitch, and I think that there's a level where you can get 70-30. But notable for Twitch partner leveling, Prime subs and gifted subs do not count. They want like vanilla, straight up, regular recurring subscription subs for that. Prime and gifted don't work towards it. I've got kitties yelling at me through the door. Babies, you were in here already. Needed that laugh, thank you. Still remember your Voker era. Man, Dragonflight feels like yesterday. It feels like it was so recent. I swear I, like, killed it. Go find different rare. Mother, we crave pets. I just want to get beyond my PC and start unplugging stuff again. Dragonflight launch was gas. Regular subs and higher tier subs. Yep, added the points. That's right, that's right. Different points for different tiers. Okay. I'm gonna leave this one alone. I'm gonna leave Tiny Vermin alone for now, and I'm gonna do a lap of the rest of them, because I bet they're gonna be up on this realm. Did any of you catch the new stream intro? And if so, did you like it? Oh, there's Poacher Review. I made it yesterday, and I was kind of on the fence about whether or not it was better, because it's different. I normally do like the walking with the pets thing, and I did this one differently. Did not. We'll watch it later. There's a new intro? There's a new outro too, but that one you won't miss, because we're going to finish up in about 15 minutes here. Unless you have urgent appointments. Oh my god, I want to see it. Do turbo viewers generate similar amount of revenue? They must. Either the back end does a bad job of showing you stuff, or more likely I'm just bad at reading things. Sometimes I get financial anxiety, and my coping mechanism is to just kind of like unfocus my eyes whenever I look at stuff that stresses me out, and it means that I don't really know a lot of details about exactly where the money comes from. Same music. The track hasn't changed. I don't think I would change the track. People like it too much. Missed it. Was in a dental waiting room. I also added one more clip to the BRB screen lotto, but it would have to proc. It's every time I do an AFK screen, I've got like a folder of different video clips that can roll, and they're like sleeping moose, stuff like that. I did an edit of some kitten footage for that. But I only had enough for one 3-minute video because they were all really short clips. I'm gonna die. I don't even have health potions. Oh, there we go. We've got exhilaration. It's fine. So it's like it's a pretty low chance. It's a pretty low chance to proc. Eventually it'll turn up because I take a stream break every day. It might not be soon. Love the shot of you in the hot tub with the cat. A friend of mine likes to remove their glasses when they get overwhelmed because then they can't see anything well enough to care. When I was a teenager, I learned how to just kind of unfocus my eyes and use that to kind of like withdraw a little bit whenever I needed a minute to process stuff. Go all fuzzy. I don't know if it's a good idea, but... Guys, she might be a streamer? Me? Surely not. Can't be true. I had a moment where I realized right now I'm definitely more of a streamer than I am of a YouTuber. I always used to say I'm a YouTuber that streams, and I don't think I can get away with that anymore. I think I'm gonna need to YouTube a little more if I want to say I'm a YouTuber. Do this too? Need glasses, headset breaks, blind, so I just kind of sit there and stare blankly for a minute. It's like trying to get away with murder. For a moment, I was confused about why whenever I loot gold, there's a little bracket that tells me I looted an extra 4 silver. And it's because I'm a Zandalari troll, and I think I'm running an add-on that specifically calls out my Zandalari troll gold. I think I used to have one. Is it turned on, or is it just default? It might be default. It must be default. I'm barely running any add-ons right now. I've got class codex and plater, and that's like it. Oh, you know what the add-on used to do? The add-on used to keep track. It used to add it up. Every time you got bonus gold for looting something while being a troll, it used to keep a running tally of how much extra gold that you had earned just because you were a Zandalari troll looting a little extra gold. Yeah, it's the racial, exactly. Kind of cool. Crawdad should crawdad a little bit more often. How's Codex been? It's good. It's been getting updates. I haven't used it in the last couple of weeks because I haven't really been like doing relevant content. I don't really need to know what my rotation is like for farming rares. But when it's really nice for figuring out what you want to like enchant and what you want to gem. I hate trying to remember the name of gems when I'm trying to just like set up my stuff and look up what I'm supposed to use and what it's called, and having all that in an actual game window is incredible. That's class codex that does that. I'm losing my voice a little bit. I ran out of water. So nice to have that quick check. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a lot of use out of it next patch during the season, especially if I switch to warrior. I'm gonna need all the help I can get. I love Crawdad from Remix. He's Crusader Crawdad right now. I love me a matching title. It keeps telling me my mastery and haste suck. Meanwhile, my crit's amazing when I don't need crit. That happened to me too. I don't usually like fuss too much about optimizing my secondaries, and class codex really called me out on it. I normally kind of wear whatever the item level upgrade is, and then if I have two pieces of the same item level, then I'll kind of think about it. But I am toxic in that I almost never wear an item level downgrade for better secondaries, and sometimes you should. Oh, oops. I just tried to disengage to like get a little space so I could maybe like recover a little bit, and I accidentally shot myself off a hill and fall damaged myself. So you can have it pull your info from different sources. It'll have Wowhead, it'll have let me see, Wowhead. I can get talents from Wowhead, Archon, Icy Veins, or whatever Blizzard PvP is. Not even sure. You can have different sources, so your information will be as good as the guide writers on those sites, but it does give you different options to choose from. So if you prefer like the Icy Veins guide writer or the Wowhead guide writer, you can have Class Codex feed you specifically that info. Me like primary stat. Me like item level. Item level make me feel geared. Yeah. Alright, let's try this again, but like properly this time. Oh, I died down there because I disengaged off the hill. Hello, yes, where is Boy? Boy is alive. Fear not. Boy lives. I always feel like I'm holding Boy like a hostage. Like I got a screenshot him with a newspaper to be like, I have not yet deleted Boy. Where are my pets? Oh, that's my only pet, apparently. Or at least the only one that I have on a keyboard, on a hotbar. Need to see this. Yeah. I think, yeah, Boy's a permanent resident. I'm never gonna delete Boy. I don't even have so many warlocks that I feel the need to, like, slim down the warlock selection. Don't see you getting rid of him for his name and style alone. It's kind of neat getting a bit of experience every time I do this, to be honest with you. It's not a ton of experience, but it's not nothing. Can you get a mount drop from a rare and a trial character? I would assume so, assuming that you can get to and kill the rare on the trial character. I don't know much about trial character limitations, though. Boy, What does it say? I should be keeping an eye out for any gear upgrades that I can wear that'll be good. Basically, even just a random green is going to be an upgrade over the stuff that they're wearing. Coming out of Remix. Your raid guides are amazing. Thank you. Thank you very much for watching them. I really appreciate it. I've got my YouTube chat on my monitor over here, and I keep thinking that that's the way that I look to talk to YouTube, and I keep forgetting that both of you guys are looking at me through the camera on this side. This is why I'm not suited for broadcast media. I can't even remember where the one camera is. I did the Nagtal Vol achievement. I think I need Vol to rotate back one more time to finish that meta. But I got the Nagtal one this week. I think we're 1 week short of finishing the Vol one for the mount that I actually want, the Star Carver. That's the cool mount. Are you gonna do world boss testing later? I hadn't planned on it. I might take a look. Honestly, it kind of slipped my notice. It doesn't sound like they're gonna need raid guides, to be honest. It sounds like they're gonna be kind of like, if they're anything like Rotmeyer's raid guide didn't need to happen. Nobody needed that. It's not that. It's not a hard fight. You don't really need someone to tell you in a video. You can get someone to tell you in like a text message. We're over here. Over here. I'll stop. Finds the one camera like she's sitting down to a Netflix interview. It's a new TikTok trend. I saw a few of those videos and I don't understand. Like, I get what they're trying to look like. So I guess I understand the trend. I'm just missing like the point. There's something wrong with me. I was trying to figure it out because I want to be, I don't know, online. And I want to participate and I want to do fun stuff. I just don't get it. Oh. Could have been an email. Yeah. Used to rot my raid guide as I was flying to the raid. Helped a lot. Oh, that's good. There's one person. Content is the point. I don't know. I feel like you want it to at least have something. Hair cute today. Thank you very much. Let's try this one more time. And then we're going to be out of... This will be the last rare. Honestly, I feel like I killed this one already, but it doesn't say that I did. I also got help from your guide. I guess I never checked views on it. Do you think layers will become gatekept by experience the way raids are? Yeah, probably. There's... In any situation in which people are, like, forming groups, the lower difficulties, I bet, will just kind of fill and take anybody, but if you're going to do it on a higher difficulty, there's no experience to take someone that's less experienced. If you have 5 people sign up, and 2 of them have done it before, they're going to be first in line. There's no incentive to do otherwise. You should do a sitting down for my interview for the Netflix documentary about people that don't understand the sitting down for the Netflix documentary trend. You know what it would be is I would sit down and I would start giving an interview because, like, isn't that what you're supposed to do? I feel like in the video they never actually do the interview and I don't understand why. I saw one of Old Navy and it was an Old Navy ad. Buy Old Navy, and they were like... sitting down to talk about spending all my paycheck at Old Navy, and I'm like, whoa! That would be a lot. That what? Rotmeyer guide popped up first, almost 70k? Yeah! I wonder what the layers will be like then. Soul made one about surviving Love Island. Some of them are it's making fun of Netflix in their one documentary style. Some of them are self-deprecating in a funny way. Maybe I need to watch more of them with sound. I was just seeing a bunch of people sit on stools. Like, if this is what video trends have become, and it's become sit on a stool, I'm missing something. Trend dead. All right, we're gonna park him in here. Oh, I'm done. I'm done for the day. I was going to park him in here and I was going to get another character, but, joke's on all of us. I am out of time. It's noon. I stream 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. I stream Wednesdays through Sundays, so Monday, Tuesday are my day off. Every other day I'm here 9 in the morning to noon Pacific time. And later in the year when, West Coast US goes back to their savings time or whatever, I'm just going to be on generic Pacific time because I live in British Columbia, baby. I was going to sell some ore. Can I do that? Birdosaur. Let's post some stuff while we say goodbye here. I would like to thank everybody for joining and supporting us on both Twitch and YouTube. You don't have to watch on both. That's not, it's fine, but it's not necessary. Please don't feel like you have to do that. That's unhinged. There's just more options available for people to find it, or that people that prefer one platform over another. It's the same stream on both. I want to thank you all very much for joining me. I appreciate the company. I'll be back tomorrow morning, Saturday, same time, same place. This worked fine, so I don't see any reason why I wouldn't do it again. I think it'll be up on YouTube as well. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.